Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Thursday evening, and it is time to get on the mothership, ladies and gentlemen. It is time that we discuss AEW Dynamite, Summer Slam, Kevin Owens' story, all of this and so much more. Plus, ladies and gentlemen, we have a returning guest and we have somebody that's going to make their debut here tonight on the Wrestling Experience. So there's only one thing to do at this point, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get on the mothership, and it is time for the experience.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, The Wrestling Experience, with your host, Earl Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW. You are now watching The Experience, The Wrestling Experience. Now with your host, Earl Cole.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, welcome to another edition of Thursday evening edition of the Wrestling Experience. And yes, oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again to beam yourself aboard the mothership because here we go with another edition of the Wrestling Experience. Tonight, we're going to be discussing AEW Dynamite's 2000 episode. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about Summer Slam and all points in between. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is something that we're going to be talking about. Plus, I have a story about Kevin Owens. We're going to be talking about that and so much more. My guest, Tyler, and of course, Sarah will be here. She was here, she popped out. I hope she'll come back into the streams and we can get everything going here. So streams elements, hello. Let's see, Element Bailey, hello. And Eagle, aka Eagles, what's happening? How are you? What is good? What is good, everyone? Good evening. And Daniel Verita Sports, hello, how are you? And hello to everyone in the chat. I hope you had a great Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, and now we're getting into the Thursday evening as the weekend is approaching. So, AEW Dynamite last night, ladies and gentlemen, took place in Tampa. And I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, the Sunshine State, ladies and gentlemen, was treated to a great AEW show. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed every little nuance of the show. I thought the show was fantastic. I thought it was great. Great chemistry in the ring by everyone. Everyone played their part well last night on AEW Dynamite. We hope that you enjoyed the show as well. Um, let's see. We have private chats. Okay, Sarah says she's here. She's backstage. Let's see. Let's get Sarah in here. Add her to those. All right.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to get to talk with you and Tyler tonight.
Yeah, Sarah, welcome to the Wrestling Experience. Let me properly introduce you, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Sarah, ladies and gentlemen, is a mainstay on all of our streams. Her analytics, ladies and gentlemen, and her comments are just absolutely delightful. And she has helped me go through some tough times when we lost our good friend and dear friend, Jeffrey Turner. And she was so instrumental in helping me. So I had to extend the offer to bring Sarah here tonight. And Sarah, again, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. and being a part of our show. The only thing is though, you're a little dark there. Do you have a light on there? Oh,
I have the light on. I'm in my spare bedroom, so I have the light on above me, but I'll have to hold the laptop in my lap, I guess.
oh, okay, yeah, because it's a little dark, and I was like, "Oh, I want to see Sarah. I want to see Sarah." Anyway, Sarah, again, thank you for beaming aboard the mothership, and welcome to the wrestling experience.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited. I'm nervous. I've never done anything like this
No,
before, so
don't be nervous, Sarah. Don't be nervous. I'll make you feel as comfortable as possible. And
oh, I
before
know
you
you and
know,
Tyler will.
yeah, and I'll tell you this much, Sarah. After you've done this show, you'll come back for more. I guarantee you. All of my guests do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, like I said, I want to welcome Sarah properly. There we go. There you go,
Thank
Sarah.
you so
Yeah.
much.
There you go. There you go. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah, but while we wait for Tyler to come in, um, what was the overall? What did you think of the overall build for last night's AEW Dynamite?
The build, I thought the show itself was wonderful. The build, I don't know. It was kind of like I felt like the weeks leading up to it was kind of hit or miss.
Right.
So
I kind of
I
agree
was
with
really
that.
glad it was as good as it was.
You know, I agree with your assessment. And you see, now you're going to get to know that I say I agree with your assessment live and in living
Yeah.
color. Because if Sarah hears me say the word, I agree with the assessment on the chat side. So
Yes.
now I have to give it to her in person. Yes, but I do agree with your assessment, Sarah. I do agree. The build was not as what I expected. Well, what was produced last night was just absolutely phenomenal.
It was wonderful. I mean, I went back on my lunch break and went back on YouTube and watched a bunch of the
Oh
matches.
wow, that's cool. That
So
is
they
really
were,
cool.
yeah, I thought it was very well produced. A lot of like surprises. I loved RVD coming out. I thought that was pretty neat. Um, but yeah, I thought overall the show was great.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. What did you? Well, we're going to talk about the main event, but I'll tell you this much: the surprise that we got in the main event, I wasn't expecting that.
I don't think a lot of people were expecting that. Like we were, because I figured if this was always my thought process, if they were going to take the title off of Tony Storm, it wasn't going to be on a Dynamite show. It would be
Right.
at a pay per view.
Right.
So the fact that they did it on Dynamite, I think is really cool. But I was not expecting it at all. I had the
I
same
will.
reaction you guys did last
Yeah.
night. I was
Yeah.
like, no way.
No, I was totally surprised. You know what really took me off was when they said, "Oh, we're going to go to the 10:05 mark," and I was like, "Oh, something is gonna pop off here."
Yep.
Yeah, when they usually say that in the headset, that usually means something's going to happen here. Something is cooking in the Tony Cook pot.
In the TK cookpot.
Well, right, exactly. So I was just like, wow, hey, this was a swerve.
It really was. And like I said, I don't think a lot of people were expecting Tony Storm to drop that title last night, but it was a really great match.
Yeah, we're like I said, we're gonna discuss it. Hopefully Tyler will come in, but we're gonna go. We're gonna get started. Let's just talk about this for a second, Sarah. What did you make of the MJF promo?
So on one hand, I was like, okay, he's going to turn against Adam Cole, something is going to happen. This is the moment that everybody's been talking about, that he's going
Right.
to turn around, or like turn on Adam Cole and bash him with the belt or the ring, or what have you. But the fact that he didn't, and he kind of seemed halfway sincere, is a little bit shocking.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting what I was expecting. I was just,
Nope.
last night for me it was a little off because I wasn't expecting Tony Storm to lose the belt. I wasn't expecting MJF to come out the way he did. I mean, it was like something was in the air, something was in the mood. Was there a full moon last night? Did I miss something? like,
Right?
like what
Maybe
is
there was
going on
something in
here?
the water. Maybe they put something in the
Yeah,
water down in Tampa
yeah,
because
yeah, because somebody was, I don't know, I think something was poisoned. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress.
poison.
Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I don't
Maybe
know.
a good kind of poison though, because I thought it was,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's just, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, and here's the thing. You have something like a heel, like an MJF, and you would think that he would come in the ring and start roasting everyone. Oh,
Yeah,
Tampa sucks.
absolutely.
You suck.
Yep.
The ladies in the audience suck. I mean, you would think you were going to get that typical heel
Yeah.
thing, and then he would get booed out of the building for it. But this
Yeah.
wasn't what I never
Not
would
at
have
all.
thought of.
Not at all.
I
It
mean,
was it was
go ahead,
weird. It
Sarah.
was it's kind of weird to see him be a baby face.
Yeah, it was a little
It's strange.
strange.
It's very strange.
Yeah,
So,
and I said to myself, I said, what's going on here? Like what is happening
like,
here?
it's almost kind of like when somebody's trying to tell a joke and you're like, okay, where's the punchline? Where's the
Right,
punchline?
exactly.
You
That's
know,
what it was. That's what it was like. It was like, okay, so what's the joke?
right?
It's like I was invited to the party, but I don't know what a dip is. Anyway, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen,
my God.
I digress.
And this is what I do all the time when I watch you and Tyler. I sit there and I just randomly start laughing because you guys crack me up.
You know me, I have my Earlisms, and I
You
just,
do?
you just never know with me. I'm like Moxley, a whirling dervish. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I
Yes.
digress.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Mitch Komsky, how are you? Thank you very much for popping into the live chat. Thank you, and everyone else who's in the chat. Thank you very much for popping in. Um, so getting back to MJF's promo for a second.
Mhm.
Um, Here's the thing. He brought out a contract for his opponent at All In, and I'm sitting there like, now, wait a minute. Now, wait. When he popped out the contract, here's what came to my mind. Here's what came to my mind, ladies and gentlemen. I says, now he's gonna put him through three stages of hell, like he did Cody Rhodes, like he did Brian Danielson. That's what he's gonna do.
Yep.
He's gonna make some kind of stipulation before he gets the title match. So he's gonna have to go. Maybe he's gonna make him do the lashing, the belt whipping, like he did the last time. This was all flooding in my head. This was all in my head. But what happened at that point of the segment, ladies and gentlemen? I was completely floored. No stipulation, no nothing. Here, just sign the contract, and we got the match at All In.
The first thing I thought when I saw him hand it to Adam Cole, I was like, you better read that contract. Because
That's
I'm
what
like,
I
what kind of,
said.
yeah, like, I'm like, how many hoops or what kind of hoops do you have to jump through to be able to get to have this big, huge match at All In?
Right.
So that was my first thought. It's like, you better read that contract, man, because you never know what's
Right,
in
exactly.
there.
That's what I'm saying. That's the first thing that flooded in my head. That was the first
Yeah,
thing that flooded in my head.
absolutely.
Was yeah, now how many now ringmaster here. I would have turned to him and said, okay, ringmaster, how many hoops do we have to play in this circus of yours?
Yeah.
Anyway, anyway.
It's like, where's the tiger? Where's the lion?
Right.
Where's the
Where's
tightrope
Elsie the cow?
walker?
Right. Yeah.
Right? It's
Where
like,
is Elsie and all her
yep,
friends? And they're gonna come
yep,
out and boy, they want to play too. And
that's
you
right.
know, So that's what I thought in my head. That was one thought. But again, that is not what was produced. What we got
No.
here, ladies and gentlemen, what we got here is, and I believe Tyler is here, so let's bring Tyler onto the screen. Tyler, welcome to the wrestling experience.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi, nice to meet you. Finally.
It's nice to meet you too, finally.
So, Tyler, we were in the middle of the discussion of the MJF promo, and I'll tell you this much: I don't know about you. I can't speak for you, and I can't speak for Sarah, but I was completely shocked at what we got.
Again, I'm gonna explain what I said on Wednesday night. Uh, I expected a turn. Oh, he's getting baited to the ring. Oh no, here it is. Next thing you know, we gave him the contract. He signed it. He puts it down. I'm expecting, MJF is gonna pick it up, whack him with it. We didn't even get that. We got a hug. But here's
Yeah.
here's something that I picked up on. Remember in NXT when he hugged Roddy and he hugged him with his hand like this to his back?
Yeah, like a
Ah,
kind of like a bro shake type of thing.
Yeah,
right.
it was kind of like a bro thing, but it also was like a little subtle tell, like I'm gonna stab you in the back.
Oh.
Oh, I
What if
never
it's
thought
Adam
of
Cole that
that.
turns on MJF?
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see about that, but that's a very interesting swerve
Yeah.
there.
I,
Um,
yeah, I picked up on that little subtle tell there with that hug.
um, yeah, you know something, ladies and gentlemen, it goes back to what I said a couple of streams ago, ladies and gentlemen. There is a song that is called Smiling Faces. Smiling Faces Tell Lies, and I got proof. Google the song, ladies and gentlemen, it's the truth, and it fits MJF like a glove. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway, if you will. Um,
Oh my goodness.
I'm giving you
There it
everything,
is.
Sarah,
I
live. I'm
know.
giving you everything.
I know, and that's why I
Dusty
like it.
Rhodes. Yeah, I'm giving you Dusty Rhodes. I'm giving you I agree with the assessment, and I'm giving you
Yes.
everything else in between. So you're going to be entertained tonight, Sarah, when you leave the stream. Oh yes, you will. Oh yes, you will on this mothership. Oh yes, you will.
That's why I said the other day, I'm like, beam me up.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was the segment. We all thought it was great. I enjoyed the segment. I had no issues with the segment whatsoever. Um, However, ladies and gentlemen, behind the scenes, Roderick Strong, he was pissed. He
He
was
lost it.
he lost it. He
Now
could not.
where does he fit in this story? Here's my second part to this. Not only will
Okay, go
Adam
ahead.
Cole turn on MJF, Roddick's gonna come out and help. He will come out and help.
Mm.
That's how I feel about it. It's gonna come out and help. Like, see, this is what I
Positive
mean.
Philly, how are you? I'm sorry, Tyler. Go ahead.
Yeah,
That's
that's an
exactly
interesting
what I
take
mean.
on it.
This is exactly what I mean when I told you don't you dare be friends with MJF because he's going to turn on you. You need to turn on him first.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like that. I like that.
Honestly, if there was a swerve, if there is a swerve, I would want it to be booked like that. I don't want it to be booked like, just have him turn. Okay, done that. There has to be some depth. There has to be some meat and potatoes into this. All right, there has to be something in here, and there's a story here.
There is a story here, ladies and gentlemen, and it's filled with roast beef, gravy, and the whole enchilada, ladies and gentlemen. and I'm gonna take yeah. And I'm gonna take little bites of it until I get full. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, and what I mean by that is, ladies and gentlemen, I mean the story. And that's exactly what
bites of it here and there.
Yeah.
And to make it last all the way to All In.
Exactly. Take in the little bites. First, you take a little bit of the mashed potato and you put it on top with the meat on top, and then the gravy, and then before you know it, you have your first course, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I like that though. I do like that swerve. I do like that kind of booking. I do like that kind of booking from anybody that I speak to about wrestling, because I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. I've been a fan of wrestling for a very long time, as everyone knows, for many decades, and I like listening to some fans that have that intelligence and that insight and that knowledge and that tuned in to that storyline, that particular storyline, and then they come up with these fantasy bookings, because that makes my heart grow fonder. That means you are paying attention when you do those things, ladies and gentlemen. That means you're paying attention to the story, and you want to get invested with it as much as I do. So when we can come up with something like that, that makes our connection even more better, and it just makes me feel happy inside as a fan. So kudos to you, Tyler, for doing that, and I hope that Tony Khan books it that way, because I wouldn't mind it at all.
Right.
I think it would be very interesting.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, as I said before last night, if you didn't hear the announcement that I made last night, there are over 300,000 tickets left for All in London, and I don't think they're gonna last long. I don't think they're gonna last long at all, because Tony Khan said,
we go from what, like 3,000 last night to 300 now.
Probably, because
that's what you said last night. There was like 3,000 tickets left, and now there's only 300. I give it to by the end of tonight. Wow. Tickets are gonna be gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Yeah, it is wild. I mean, I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you a backstory on this all in. The matches were not even announced yet. Okay.
There was one match that was announced last night. Just one.
Yeah, one. No, but what I'm saying is I'm going back before this main event was announced. This, ladies and gentlemen, even before the matches were even announced, ladies and gentlemen, over 60,000 seats went on pre-sale. That is unheard of.
That's crazy.
For any wrestling company to do that.
And nothing was announced for All In.
Nothing was announced. No, there was nothing.
They were building up. They were building up for the last pay-per-view when tickets were getting sold.
Yeah.
They were almost already sold out before that. Like,
Yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback on what Tyler is saying. Tony Khan has made $8.10 million so far in ticket sales for the show. That's unheard of.
So like WWE's never made that much?
I'm telling you something, Sarah. Right now, this show is okay. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go back to this again. SummerSlam was held in Wembley Stadium some many years ago. Okay, and we never heard about ticket sales from the WWE. We never knew anything. It was sold out. It was a complete sellout. Yes, they did. But this, they said, this all in exceeded SummerSlam in that stadium. Exceeded.
so they exceeded SummerSlam '93.
Yes.
Suck on that, AEW haters.
Yep.
Bitch. The
Yep.
shot.
They said that this
Seriously.
was the fastest selling ticket sales in history in that stadium. They've
Yeah.
never seen tickets like that. They had
So
so
cool.
much people on the internet, ladies and gentlemen, that they had to create a second site just to accommodate the people that were on the site. You couldn't even get on the site when those pre-sale tickets went on sale. It kept crashing.
I was just gonna say, I think you and Tyler talked about that in one of your live streams.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
About
we
the
talked. We
site.
talked
Well,
about it. I think it was like the week like right after they started selling tickets.
yeah.
yeah.
That they just kept crashing.
Yeah,
And then I think I checked. I'm like, oh yeah, tickets. They crashed. Site wasn't
yeah,
even. I looked up the site. It wasn't even working. I'm like, yep, they crashed.
Man,
yeah.
it's crazy to me.
We talked about this, Sarah. We did talk about this on Elite Talk. We did, and um, I said that I've never seen anything like this before, and any modern day wrestling organization have done this. And and I'll say this again, and I'll say this, and I'll keep saying this till I'm blue in the face, ladies and gentlemen. Stop hating on AEW. Stop hating on them.
Exactly.
This company is not going anywhere. This company is not even 6, 7 years old. And look what they have done with this all in. Look what they've done.
Exactly.
Look what they've done. How
That's why I
much
said
more?
that's why I've said this a couple times. It's like, why can't we all just be really grateful and happy that we've got two big wrestling promotions to watch? We, especially here in the United States, we can actually go to a bunch of these live wrestling shows. Over in the UK, they don't get that chance. Not
No, they
very
don't.
often.
No,
No.
I
no.
mean, this is the first time AEW has gone overseas, correct?
Yes, this is
Yep.
their first
See?
London debut. And I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever heard of the saying, if you build it, they will come. Well, let me tell you something.
Oh yeah,
Tony Khan.
that's from a movie, bro. That's from a movie, bro.
Yeah, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Khan is built it, and they're coming, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in London, if you're in the UK, you better show up early if you're going to bring a car, because it is going to be a huge traffic problem out there. There is going to be a huge traffic problem because you're talking about over 78,000 people.
That's
That's a
insane.
lot. That is insane. And can you imagine looking at that crowd on high definition? And you're looking at those big video screens that they're gonna have
Yeah.
on over the ring, and the whole set and the whole setup, and that. I mean, that is just. I. I mean, I
I
am
said
just.
this.
I'm
I said this on
excited.
Dynamite. I said this on Dynamite last night. Um, yeah, the fans, that will be a huge spectacle. I will get that. But imagine the wrestlers who have never even sniffed WWE. and how
Yeah.
big those crowds get for
Yeah,
like a WrestleMania. Like
yeah,
imagine how they'll be feeling. Like there's gonna be butterflies. There's gonna be nerves. There's gonna be excitement all in one from these wrestlers. Like wrestlers like
yeah.
Hikaru Shida never sniffed WWE. Uh, Sky Blue never sniffed WWE. All these wrestlers that haven't sniffed WWE, they're going to see WWE level of crowds.
Well, you know something. Yeah, I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. Justin Roberts, who is the AEW ring announcer, he tweeted last night. He's never been in Wembley Stadium before. So can
Because
you
during his time
imagine?
in
Oh wow.
WWE, because
Yeah.
during his time in WWE, he's never sniffed that stadium because they never
Mm-mm.
been back since '93.
No. Right.
They had never been
So
back. They still
so
haven't been
can
back.
no. And can you imagine him walking out there and seeing that crowd?
Like, whoa.
Can you imagine
Like,
going through that
this is huge.
curtain?
Like,
Jeez.
whoa.
I'd be petrified.
Yeah, that's exactly the feeling these people that have never
I'm
sniffed.
serious. I'd be petrified.
Yeah, and that's the right reaction. If you see like these wrestlers like who have never sniffed the level crowds or who've never even been to Wembley Stadium or worked in Wembley Stadium as an entertainer, like that's huge. And also they'd be petrified too. They'd be scared. They'd be excited. They'd be nervous. They'd have a lot of butterflies. They'd feel like 10 different emotions in one,
Yeah.
like like 10 or 15 emotions, and they're going to feel it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say this: history is gonna be made
Oh, absolutely.
all over the place, all over the place. If I was Tony Khan, I would hire an extra production truck just to handle the cable feeds and everything else because I am quite sure people are going to be jamming every single website, every single cable outlet, every single satellite. They are going to be jamming and watching that show. And ladies and gentlemen, the show will begin at 1 o'clock on the East Coast, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to begin at 1 o'clock. And I'm telling you something, folks. You need to strap yourself in. You need to get comfortable in your easy chair because you're going to witness
Yep.
something spectacular. Tony
I
Khan
just
is,
hope that because they have All In and All Out so close together, that they give some kind of a deal if you get both All In and All Out. Like if you get both pay-per-views instead of having to buy them separately because, it's kind of expensive. But
yeah. Well, I don't know if Tony Khan would ever do that, Sarah. But what I do know is what I do know is that if you want to watch the show and you don't have the money or you don't I always tell people, you can go to the theater. The theater is probably one of the most cheapest things you could probably do
oh
in the
yeah.
AEW experience. I have done it 3 times. I've done it three
Oh
times.
really?
Yes, I have. I've done it 3 times. And I'll tell you this much, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's inexpensive. You go there, they block off a section of the theater just for the fans. Nobody can come in there. It's just for the fans. You buy your seat. It's a signed seat. You buy the seat. You go in there, get your snacks, get your popcorn, your juices, or whatever you're gonna drink, your water, whatever it is, and you bring it to the seat, and you sit down in your assigned seat, and you watch the show from soup to nuts, and you're going to hear people hooting and hollering and I can't believe this. What kind of miscarriage of justice is that? Didn't you see his foot on the rope? And what the hell is this? And then
And
all this
it's basically just going to the event without going to the event, pretty much.
I was gonna
Right.
say it's got to be
Basically what
really awesome to see it on a big screen like that.
It
I
is.
mean,
It
I
is.
think that'd be pretty cool. Because
You,
I like when you like watch a movie, you're fully immersed into that movie in a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd be more immersed into that wrestling show in a movie theater. And
yeah.
I kind of
Yeah.
feel
And
like WWE should do that too.
yeah, I
But then
mean, it's
again,
like
they got Peacock, so it's like it's cheap anyway.
right,
Yeah.
right. But I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. The movie theater experience is great because it brings you right. It's almost like you're there live yourself. It's almost like you're just sitting there and you're watching this thing live. It's nothing like it. And I enjoyed the experience. I had no issues with what was being on the screen.
Sure.
Nothing. Nothing. Because it's like you're sitting next to a fan you don't even know. It's a stranger. And you're sitting there and we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. We're all watching the same thing. We're all wrestling fans. We're all enjoying. That's why I love AEW. Some AEW fans, not all of them, but I do like some of them. They're very down to earth. They're not stuck up. They're loose. They want to have fun. You know, that's what AEW fans are like. So if you
Yeah.
ever, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to go to an event live, wherever city you live in, go get a ticket. Go get a ticket. You will have a good time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know this or not, but I have been to 17 AEW events. 17. And I enjoyed each and
Oh,
every one of them. I have.
I haven't been
Every
to one yet, but I
yeah,
think it sounds like fun.
it is. It is.
I almost went to one, but COVID screwed me.
Yeah, well, that's
Oh, I'm sorry,
unfortunate.
Tyler. That sucks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, COVID. Yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah. I got tickets for like the April 20th, 2020 show. COVID hit, and then I ended up moving before they even had a chance to go to Philly. I was like,
Oh man.
Well,
so I got.
I got bitten too because I mean I had tickets to Newark and we were supposed to get blood and guts. We were supposed to get blood
Oh,
and
that's
guts in
right.
March. Yeah, I was supposed to go to Newark. I was excited. I was ready for Newark. I was like, it was supposed to be their debut in Newark, and everything was on track. And then I woke up the next morning and I saw a Ticketmaster called me and they said, "We're pulling the plug on the show." And I was like, man, and then I was supposed to go to the Garden to see WWE house show. That was postponed. I was like, wow. The Garden said that they were shutting their doors. All the arenas around the country were shutting their doors. They weren't letting no fans in. So whoever was on the calendar, they just wiped it out, took it all out. And I was like, well, okay. No fans are allowed. So I said, well, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna
There's
do?
nothing you
There's
can do about it at that point. You
no, and
just
there's no,
kind of have to roll. You just kind of have to roll with
right,
it.
right, right. It was out of my hands. I was
Yeah.
like, I guess no blood and guts for me.
Oh, that's a
So
bummer.
yeah, that was sad. That was terrible. But Dynamite did return to Newark. It wasn't blood and guts, but they did come back after
Okay.
so many years, and after being on the shelf for a while, the fans, we came back, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's the
So
important thing is at least you got to see it.
Yeah,
exactly.
at
Yeah.
least you got to see it, man. I didn't get to see one match live. One. And the
Oh,
sad thing is too. And the sad thing is too. When when that happened, when it finally initially happened in 2021, Punk's there, Danielson's there. I didn't even get
mm,
to see them. I'm like, they screwed me
Oh
twice in 1 year.
dang, dang it.
man.
So
You'll get there. You'll get there eventually, Tyler.
Oh well,
yes,
it's not the end of the world, so it's whatever.
exactly.
Why not?
Um. So let's talk about this match for a second, guys. It was Chris Jericho and Konosuke Takeshita taking on Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara. The match was fine. The
Match was
match was
good.
okay.
Match was really good. The ending is what really took it. Like Will they accept Jericho's apology? No, they walk out.
Yeah,
They walk right out.
and
I said,
and
no, I'm
what
not doing
and what really took me by surprise was what Don Callis did at the end. Don Callis used the bat, ladies and gentlemen, to seduce Mr. Garcia to for Jericho to win the match. I mean, and Jericho was shocked. Jericho was like, "Now, why did you do what you did?"
Well, did you hear
Um,
him cuss?
huh?
He dropped an F bomb. He seemed like he was really mad about it.
Yeah, he
Wait,
wasn't.
wait,
He
wait,
wasn't happy about it. He
No.
wasn't
wait.
happy about it at all. Sarah, what did you think of
I
the
thought Earl
match?
pushed it now. I'm like, wait, back up. When did he do this?
Sarah,
No,
what did
not
you?
Earl. Earl didn't cuss. Trust me, I probably would have made a really big deal about it if Earl had dropped an F bomb.
He effing hit him with the effing bat.
I just, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe he just went and hauled off and just cracked him right in the head with
Yeah.
the bat. Like,
What
that
did
was
you what
crazy
did
to
you
me.
what did you think of the match, Sarah?
I thought the match was good. It
Mm-hmm.
almost seemed like with Jericho and Garcia and Sammy Guevara, it's almost like they didn't want to, like, they were scared, like they didn't want to hurt each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like perhaps they were holding back a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a
But
huge good. That was a good story progression there, and that little story telling there where it's like, dude, guys, I don't want to hurt you guys. You know, we're
yeah,
friends here. I'm that guy that put you under my wing. I'm that guy. So I don't want to hurt you guys.
Right.
But they put us in this match. They put us in this predicament. So
yeah.
Tyler, what did you make of the match?
it was a good match. It was a good match. That had some good storytelling moments here and there. Like Sarah just said at the beginning, where it's like, I don't want to hurt you. Like that was a good storytelling there. And with the baseball bat, and also the end when Sammy and Daniel just walked out, did not want anything to do with Jericho, and then backstage segment right after that when
Right.
Jericho went to go and talk to him, didn't even get a chance to say the word. They walked right back out on him again for a second time.
I,
So
I
that was
and,
really good subtle storytelling throughout that entire thing.
right.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed it. But you know something, ladies and gentlemen, this thing with Don Callis and Jericho, it's kind of like it's like, what are you doing here? Like, are you what I want to know is, and what my point is here is, which is your bread buttered on? Are you trying to go with Don Callis? Are you going to stick with the Jericho Appreciation Society? Because what you're doing is you're driving the wedge, ladies and gentlemen, and the wedge is starting to become wider and wider like this. And are you trying to tell us in the story, in the grand scheme of the story, that the Jericho Appreciation Society is going to turn babyface and then go after Jericho? Is this the road that we're going to travel on?
I feel
Because
like I feel like this is the road we have to travel on. You know, this is the way the story is called for. You know, like you said, and you said it best. There's a wedge. There's a wedge. It's coming, getting wider and wider and wider. And I feel like I don't think necessarily every member of JAS is going to go after Jericho because you got to remember, Enter J, she's doing her own thing. She
right,
hasn't really been involved with the group stuff. And also, Ty Conti, she's pregnant, so she's out. She's
right,
not there to compete and stuff.
right,
So, and also Sammy too, and also and also you heard the reactions with Sammy and Ty. You
right.
heard the reactions when they announced her
Yeah,
pregnant. The crowd went nuts.
Right.
Like the crowd started to love these two again, and I feel like
Yeah.
the only way to do this is to turn them babyface, to turn them all babyface, and you can see signs of NJ becoming a face too.
Yeah, I
You
know.
can see.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm sorry to cut you off, Tyler.
Oh, you go for
Um, um, I like the fact that that this is the road that they're going to travel because I like intrigued things like this. I like things that make my mind work because inquiring minds want to know, and that's what kind of booking this is. Inquiring minds want to know, like, what kind of road are you traveling on here?
Right.
And I'm gonna call Tony Khan and have a little tea with him. We're gonna have a little tea session. I'm gonna sit down with Mr. Khan and ask him what kind of road is this gonna go on, because I want to know. And then I'm gonna
No,
beam
you
him on
should
the
you
mug.
should you should call Tony Khan and be like, tell him, hey, Mitch was super duper happy that you didn't have Orange Cassidy on the 200th episode of Dynamite. That's
Cassidy
what you
every
need to
single
say to
week,
Tony Khan.
Well, he wasn't. He.
every time he shows up on TV, he wants to just bash him every chance he gets.
I know. I know. I'm like,
um.
I don't think
Uh.
I've ever heard why he hates Orange Cassidy, but he
He
just
he
hates him.
hasn't he hasn't said.
It's just because he's a comedy character.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure, Sarah. I'm not sure what the story is, but
Oh,
I already
Cheryl,
gave.
it's fine. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I think it's funny too. But you know something, Mitch.
Here's the thing. Me too. But here's also the reason why I like him so much too. He can dial in the comedy, but he can also dial in the aggressiveness. He can dial in the serious
Yes, and that's the
situation.
thing I don't understand. That's why I tried to tell Mitch. I said, Mitch, he's not just a goofball. He can
Yeah,
wrestle. The
he can
man can
wrestle.
wrestle. Have you seen his matches? His Kiki has put on bangers. Now, come
He
on now.
has.
And I told Mitch, I said, you better stop hating on him because he has your address and he's gonna ring your bell. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I
He will put
digress.
his hands in his pockets, put his hands in his pockets, and drop kick you in your face. And
Right,
He's gonna knock
exactly.
on your door. He's gonna come knocking
Right.
on your door, Mitch.
You
Watch
know,
out.
I'm glad you said that, Sarah,
if
because
you hear like the laziest knock, it's him. You're like,
right. He's gonna be like, nah, nah, nah. Mm.
eh.
He's gonna
UPS,
be
I
like,
got a
oh,
UPS, I got a package. Anyway,
Answer
ladies
your
and
door
gentlemen,
or whatever.
oh
anyway,
Whatever. I
ladies and
don't care.
gentlemen, I digress.
Whatever. I don't care.
Right.
Answer the door.
um. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the match was fine for me. The match was great. I had fun watching the match. I thought the match was great. Um. So let me ask you, Sarah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you put this on the entertainment level?
I guess I give it like a 6 or a 7. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like the best match, of the night. So
Okay. Tyler, what entertainment number do you give this match?
I have to go middle of the pack too. I have to give it a 6 because, yeah, it wasn't the greatest match ever. It wasn't a barn burner. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't great.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go down the dial a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go down the dial and I'm going to give this match a 4.2. Ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, the
I
match was
thought for a second
fine.
you were gonna give it an 8 since they call
No,
Chris Jericho
no,
the Bone
no,
Show.
no.
But
No, 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 unfortunately, so not on this mothership. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. The match was fine. The match was okay for me, but on an entertainment level, I could have asked for more. If the shenanigans didn't happen in the match, which I hate shenanigans, but
yes,
um, I'm an anti-shenanigans person, ladies and gentlemen. I it would have been I would have bumped it up. I would have bumped it up in the entertainment level,
yeah,
but because of the shenanigans, I had to bring it down to another level. So let's talk about this next match, which was really good. Aussie Open took on Commander and Vandingo.
I don't care
Now,
what anybody says. That one spot in the match was the best spot ever.
yes, and we're gonna talk about that. Sarah, what did you make of the match?
I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, I like
Point
Sarah. She
blank,
just has that
freaking
one
blank,
word. That
point
one
blank,
word.
freaking
That was
period.
it. Close
Point
the door
blank,
and get off the
freaking
stage.
period.
Excellent.
I thought
Goodbye.
it was
Point
excellent.
blank, period.
Tyler,
That's
what did you
all
think
it
of the
is.
match?
I'm gonna have to go. Excellent. Point blank, period.
Yep.
There's nothing short of that. There's nothing short. What else can you say? The match
There
was
was
that.
nothing.
That match was that damn good. I'm telling you that right now.
Let
That match was,
me.
and that spot, and that spot
Yes.
when he walked over
Wow.
and hit the
That
yo,
was wild.
I'm
yo,
glad I
I
called.
was
I'm glad I
screaming,
called it.
full on screaming at the TV.
Yeah. I mean, this match was. I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. You know that organization in Mexico called AAA. If you know what AAA is, ladies and gentlemen, it's luchador. It's luchador style. It's kind of like high flyer. This was just it was triple A meets AEW, and that's exactly what this was. This match was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
I could not believe what I was seeing in the ring. I mean, it took all my lungs out, it just took all the air out of my lungs because I tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, I could not believe what I was calling. All of the spots in the match, this was woolly, wild, and all over the place. But I like what Tyler said. That one spot in the match, ladies and gentlemen. I would, if I had a VCR or a DVR or whatever you call it, and you rewind that, I think the tape would break. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it'll.
You see the string part of the
You see
Right,
string
it.
part
right,
coming out.
right, right. The whole thing would have re-raveled and the thing would
You
have
have
smoked.
you have to use
Anyway,
a
ladies,
pencil and unravel that shit right back.
yeah, the whole apparatus would
Oh,
have blown. Anyway,
right.
ladies and gentlemen,
The whole
call the
VCR.
fire department. Yeah, call the fire department. We have a fire. Anyway,
We got like the top of the VCR over there, the side of the VCR over here, three
right,
parts over
right.
here.
Yeah, right. The whole TV and the whole cable exploded. Anyway,
Take
ladies and
the TV
gentlemen,
screens over here.
Yes.
we were all blown back from the move. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah,
Now,
I was on the floor. I had a concussion last night because of that. I was like,
I mean,
floor.
I was like doing one of these jobs when I was watching, and I couldn't believe what I was watching, ladies and gentlemen.
it's like you're
It was,
nervous for them.
yeah, it was phenomenal, ladies
It
and
was so
gentlemen.
good.
I only do this with Darby matches. He makes me
Right,
nervous.
right.
Yes, that's very true.
And let me tell you something. This match, I had to.
It was so good.
Yeah,
It was just
I
excellent.
it's just that's the way I felt, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way I felt. It was great. So, Sarah, on an entertainment level, what do you give this match?
I give this one a 10.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, it was excellent.
Mm-hmm. Tyler, what entertainment level do you give this?
It broke my scale. It broke my scale. I'm gonna give it uh, a 20 out of 10.
Ooh.
Well, I didn't know we could go higher than 10.
It broke my scale. I mean, the
I
scale
mean,
ruptured.
he, Sarah, he did bring it on the mothership, and it was way too heavy, and it got destroyed. Anyway,
Yeah,
ladies and
doggone it.
Back up. You think I carried the scale and broke it? I didn't mean to break it.
No. What I
Why'd
said
you
was
give me?
no,
Why'd
no,
you
no.
give me
What
this,
I
bro?
no,
Bro, bro,
no.
hold on.
What I
Why'd you give me the scale? You know I'm a klutz. Come on.
Oh my God, you guys
Ladies
cracked
and
me up.
gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our world, Sarah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress.
See, and this is here is exactly why I like watching you guys and I participate is because of your back and forth with each other and you guys crack me up. So
I mean, I'll tell you this much, Sarah. I'll tell you this much. Tyler and I have a chemistry that it's just bar none. Him and I, we go back and forth with analytics, but when we have that sense of humor, it just goes off like a switch, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll leave the
yes,
streams. I'll end the show, and I'm still laughing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and
I get
gentlemen.
that.
Yeah.
I get
Um.
that.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, for me, on an entertainment level, ladies and gentlemen, again, like Tyler said, I'm gonna break this. I'm gonna break the scale even more. This is a 204, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
This match was. What else do you want me to say? It was phenomenal. It was sizzling. It was titillating. It was mesmerizing. It was picturesque. It was. I mean, do you want me to keep going on? I mean, this was
You're
this.
absolutely right. It was
It,
wonderful.
it was fantastic.
You can use every adjective under the sun and be right, dude.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
Pretty
what?
much.
And I used five of them, ladies and gentlemen.
There's plenty more,
I've used
dude. There's plenty more, man. You know, there's a whole. Dude, you think the 1,000 whole thing Jericho had was long enough? It's longer than that.
right, exactly.
Maybe that's what you should get Earl for Christmas, Tyler. You should get him a thesaurus.
Get him a
Ah,
source, you know, and that big sheet of paper Jericho
Yes.
WWE. And then we just insert ads, and then we come back and he's still reading.
Right.
I welcome anything. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
Oh my goodness. So anyway, ladies, and let me just say something here. Aussie Open, ladies and gentlemen. I don't remember the gentleman's name, who's part of Aussie Open, but he reminded me of JBL. He have that shape like yeah,
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 that's it. He's that fat buff dude. He's buff, but he's
yeah,
also fat.
yeah, and he looked like JBL. He looked like
He's a
He
fat buff dude.
did.
The
He's
same build.
buff,
It's the
but
same
he's
build.
also fast.
He's a
Yeah,
buff fat dude.
I I mean, he looked like JBL. I'm
Oh
telling
my
you.
god.
He was only working here and here. Nothing here.
Right,
That's JBL.
right, right.
Every
It's
day
just
is
that
arm day.
right. It's like
Every day is arm and chest day. Forget the abs.
Right?
right. It's almost like half a sack of potato. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress.
A 5 pound bag of
That's the exact
potatoes.
build. That is the exact build. He's a half a sack of potato.
Right, right, right.
Oh my goodness.
It's filled to the top, but then there's nothing at the bottom. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna go on. I'm not gonna go there. Anyway.
You're just roasting two wrestlers at the same time right now.
Oh my God. Anyway. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. What did you all make of the Jerry Lynn segment?
Um, the rumors are true. The rumors are true. Holy shit, the rumors are true. That is exactly what I said last night.
Yep. Sarah, what did you make of it?
It's for me, Rob Van Dam is one of those guys that I was obviously a young adult, but he was so wonderful I mean, he still is wonderful, but
Right.
it just gave me this sense of nostalgia. It was so great to see him again.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had the urge. I had the overwhelming urge to just do this every time he did it, like I did
Yes.
Right.
when I was when I was 5 and he was in WWE. I always did this growing up when he did it, and I had that urge to do it again.
You know, I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. RVD he's a great performer, and he's good at what he does, ladies and gentlemen. He is good at what he does. And I'll tell you this much: this program that he's going to go into with Jack Perry is going to be something to watch.
Yeah,
It really is.
it's gonna be something special.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the program. I had no issues with the segment. I had no
Mm-mm.
issues with it whatsoever. Cowardly heel thing that Jack Perry did, runs out of the ring, and then he tries to beat RVD with a
Yeah.
chair, and RVD's like, "No, I'm not having it. I'll knock your head off." And I mean, it was great. The great banter back and forth, great chemistry in the ring. Everybody played their part well in the segment. I had no issues with the segment
No.
whatsoever. It was great. Thumbs up for me. Thumbs up.
Yeah. I liked
Totally
it a whole
great.
lot.
Yeah, it gets a whole. So, Sarah, let me ask you something. On an entertainment level, what do you give the segment?
Well, like I said, I get that sense of nostalgia seeing RVD again. Um, and hearing his music from ECW was pretty cool too.
Right,
So again, it's like that sense of nostalgia, but it wasn't like a match, so I don't want to rate it as high as a match.
right.
Um, so I'd give it like a 7 or an 8.
All right. Tyler,
I
what
got
do
a
you
seven
think?
or eight.
Honestly, I'm going to. I don't want to give it a rating because it was a segment, so I'm just going to
Okay,
skip out on the rating for it. But I think
okay.
the segment itself was really, really good, really, really well done. I love the ties between Jalen and RVD with the ECW thing. I love the fact that they
Right,
used Pantera for his
Yes.
intro theme for ECW. I'm thinking, wow, they're really deep diving into his past to
right,
Yeah.
bring that forth to newer fans, which I liked. I really like that.
right. Um, so for me, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why okay, I'm gonna explain something to you, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I asked Sarah and Tyler for their entertainment level is because there was a little bit of physicality in the match. So when there's ever a physicality going on in a segment, like a rub or they beating the stew out of each other or whatever,
They
I would
they actually teased the Van Daminator with the chair.
right. So
They teased him.
based upon that, ladies and gentlemen, based upon that, that is why I asked for an entertainment level. If there was no physicality going on in the match,
Oh,
or
I give it
almost,
a 10. I give it a 10 straight up.
yeah. So that is why I asked, and I'm going to give it a 10 as well because this was great. This was great TV. This was great TV. It brought back RVD. Who doesn't remember ECW? Who don't remember that? Who doesn't
I don't,
remember
because
him being?
I started being a fan when it died, like right after it
Yeah,
died.
yeah,
All I remember from ECW was that crappy 2006 version. That's all I remember.
right. But I used to watch ECW, ladies and gentlemen, every Saturday night on the MSG network, and it was really wrestling. I mean, this had no mats on the floor. This
Yep.
was just pure violence. This was just
They said it best.
absolute.
Oh, go ahead, continue.
No, no, no. This was just pure. This was just pure hardcore
Oh,
to the umpteenth level, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, and they used to do things to their opponents that I was just like, wow, somebody sanctioned this. I mean, there was
No,
barbed
there was
wire.
sanctions. When it came to hardcore matches back then, man, they don't unsanction it. That was fully sanctioned. Every single
Yeah,
match
no,
was hardcore.
that's why I said they sanctioned this. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, and the reason why they didn't have mats, guys, if you didn't grow up in that era, I didn't grow up in that era, but I did see clips of it, and I did see like a backstory of the company itself. They wanted to give it like an underground feel, like it's like edgy and cool and like something underground, something that feels illegal
Oh,
in a sense.
Right.
well, that makes
So,
sense.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
they wanted to make something that felt illegal, but it
Right.
really wasn't really illegal.
But RVD, ladies and gentlemen, coming back last night, that was fabulous. That made my heart grow fonder to see him back, and he looked great. He looked
Oh, he
like
looked
he's
like
ready
he's
to
going down.
go.
For
He looked like
52, he looks great.
He
yeah,
looked like he was ready to go.
yeah, he looked
Yeah.
like he slimmed down. He looked like he slimmed down and hit the gym.
Yeah,
He looked
and
like
I
old RVD.
yeah, and you know
Mhm.
something? If Tony Khan would have came on that stage and said, "This match is official, let's go now," I'm sure he would be ready. I'm sure he would have been down.
And we all would
Yeah,
have been down to watch it too.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I was
I would
gonna
have been
say
like, bring it
exactly
on.
that. I was gonna say, damn it, take. I don't care if it's on free TV. I still want you to take my money.
Right. Right.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this match for a second. Okada Ishida took on Tony Storm for the AEW Women's title. A very whirlwind of a match, ladies and gentlemen. And why I say a whirlwind? Well, we're going to talk about it because I'll tell you this much. There was only one little blippy thing in the match. There was only one little thing. And that was when Tony Storm was standing on top of Okada Rashida and she was choking her on the bottom rope. Now, if you all didn't understand what I was saying, like, because somebody came to me on Twitter last night and they were like, Professor Cole, can you explain yourself again on the? Yeah, yeah.
Can you
Explain.
please
Okay.
school me, sir?
Right, exactly.
I want to get. I want to get like you with like a Professor Ground and like glasses and then like a guard stick and like full chalkboard.
So
Okay, this is Wrestling 101. When this
right,
happens, and this happens.
right. I'm going to expound upon you guys for a second. I'm
Uh,
going to spit a little knowledge to you tonight. So I'm going to give what the person asked me to do again on Twitter. Okay, so here we go. I hope you're watching. Come up to the easy chair because this is the last time I'm going to explain it. Um, the reason why I said Tony Storm was doing the wrong move to Hikaru Shida, when you are choking someone on the bottom rope, okay, the throat needs to be closer to the bottom rope so it looks like you are choking the person. And then they have to sell that they're being choked so that you can bring in the audience and the audience can feel your pain and they can feel your plight, that you're being choked and you're being manipulated by the opponent. That is what you're supposed to do, so that when the camera is on you, you can do the face expression like you're gasping for air and you're selling it. So that is the only reason. That was the only issue that I had with that particular move in the match. Instead of her twisting her around and putting her throat close to the bottom rope so that the camera can see that she's choking him and that the referee is admonishing her and that she is selling the move, she instead made her lie back first on the rope and stepping on her chest. That is the wrong way to do it. That is not the right way. You've got to flip the person, put them on the bottom rope. The throat has to be close enough to the rope so that the audience feels that, oh my God, she's choking the crap out of her. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's my explanation.
You
and
basically have to set them
Professor
up like they're going to get a 619.
yeah,
Right.
basically setting her up like that. But Professor Tyler has to step in here.
Okay.
Let me get my yardstick, my chalkboard, everything. All right, it's out. But here's the thing with with this too. It wasn't that she was back first, like her back was laying on the rope. She was on her stomach. The
Right.
problem was the rope was here. It
Yeah.
wasn't here.
Yeah. Right. Right.
and and,
Right.
and, and
Yeah.
it, and it
Yeah,
doesn't have
I
to
get that.
necessarily be on doesn't have to necessarily be like on her neck and like for real choking her. It can be like right around here.
Right.
Doesn't have but the rope was here. And she
Right.
was just
Yeah.
like basically just hitting her chest with the rope.
Right. Because
And
what?
that
Wait. Go ahead, Tyler.
and
I'm sorry.
that's what that was my gripe. Like that was my gripe too. I'm like, that looks like she's just like bouncing her chest off the rope. Doesn't look like she's choking.
Right. And the way she was stomping on her, it was like she was stomping on her chest instead of the throat. And that's what
Yeah.
I was explaining last night. That's exactly what I was. And Tyler agreed with what I was saying last night because
Yeah.
we all came up with the same conclusion of what she was. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, other than that little blip, the match was fine. The match was great, and what we got out of it was what the end was. Result was even more shocking.
That was
Sarah, what did
crazy.
you make of the match?
Well, like you and I were talking a little bit ago before Tyler jumped on, I was
Yeah,
honestly very, very surprised that they had Tony Storm lose the title on an episode of Dynamite. Now, I understand it's their 200th episode. It's a very big accomplishment. It's a very big deal. So I think the reason why they did it on this particular episode is because they wanted to make the show feel special. But I'm very surprised that she lost it on an episode of Dynamite, not in a pay-per-view.
I have to agree. I have to agree wholeheartedly there.
yeah.
I mean,
I
I
really wasn't.
totally enjoyed the match, but I just was very surprised they did it on an episode of Dynamite. So
Yeah, that's also a thing with me too. Like, I don't really like title changes on random dynamites. I don't like that. I like it at pay-per-views. I like it at big marquee shows. I don't like it like just on a random dynamite. I know. It's 200 episodes. They're celebrating that 200th milestone. I get that, but I was really waiting. I was sitting here. I'm thinking they're going to keep the bet on Tony until Jamie Hayter gets back, and then they'll
Right.
have Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm. Jamie Hayter wins. At I was thinking before All In, but that's not going to happen now. And I'm guessing the build up is now going to be Sheeta and Saraya now from the rumor that I'm hearing, that I've been hearing since that show ended last night. That the rumor is that it's going to be Sheeta versus Saraya now, since in Saraya's backyard, pretty much. So
I really hope they don't put the title on her.
I hope so. I hope they don't either. For something like, oh, for the sake of her being in her home country. I don't want. Sheeta deserves another long reign because Sheeta she is a great champion. She's proven that in the pandemic. She's a great champion,
Yeah,
and she'll give you a lot. She'll give you her blood, sweat, and damn tears if she has to.
Um, I'm going to agree with both your assessment here. But I'm gonna make a point as well. First of all, if they do go with this, and they do go with Soraya taking on Ricardo Ishida for the title, I think it would be in the best interest of Tony Khan if she retains.
yeah,
Because here's the thing: you already play hot potato with the TNT title. Don't play hot
terrible.
potato with a prestigious women's title as well.
Yeah,
This is not going to do it. You don't want to do it in front of a London crowd like that. You
No.
don't want to do that. You want the show to be successful. You don't want any controversy whatsoever in a show where you are debuting on London television. You want to see, because I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't think if you don't think that there's going to be dignitaries from other countries in that stadium watching Tony Khan's organization and know the success that he had with ticket sales and everything else, that they won't come to him behind the scenes and says, well, you know what? I would like you to do a big event in my country. And I think we can really make something out of you got another thing coming. They'll be watching. So Tony Khan has to be careful. He has to be careful what
Yep.
roll of the dice he's going to do here when it comes to the booking of the show.
And let
So
me
it
Yeah.
and let me piggyback off of that for a second. Having Shido win would open a door for having AEW in Japan. You cannot
yeah,
tell me different. That
yeah.
would open that door
That would be
tremendously. They've
so
already had
cool.
that door. They already had that door kind of open with the partnership of New Japan. They've kind of had
Yeah.
that open. But with Shido winning at that country, that door's gonna swing right open. You're going
Yeah.
to have an AEW show in Japan if that happens.
And ladies and gentlemen, there is a rumor. There is a rumor, ladies and gentlemen, that the Forbidden Door #3 will be held in the Tokyo Dome and filmed there.
There you
So
go.
Oh
that
wow.
that would be impressive
And
because he
honestly, I
can
hope they
get
do film it.
That'll
I
be
hope they
wonderful.
do just. And honestly, I hope they do just film it because I'm not gonna stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning just to watch a pay per view.
well, no, I mean that
Yeah.
would be ridiculous. I mean that would be I mean because if they would have done it in the Tokyo Dome, it'd be probably a 6 a.m. start time.
Oh my
And
goodness.
that nobody's going to be up at
No.
6 a.m. to
Yeah,
watch pay
look
per
what
view.
happened. Look what happened when WWE went to Australia that one time. That show didn't start till 5 in the morning,
Right.
Oh my
So
and
gosh.
that was that no barely anybody saw it.
right, and I'll tell you this much. I think what they need to do is yes, they'll put it on a Sunday. They'll film it in Tokyo and then bring it back to the United States, and they will pick a date when they can show it in its entirety on a pay per view on a BRB live or whatever, and then do it that way. But don't ask the fans to stay up 6 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday morning to watch a pay per view. That is not going to
No.
happen. You
No.
are
And
going
people aren't going to
to
pay for that.
no, no, you're
People aren't
going
going to
to
pay
Yeah,
for that.
lose.
that
You
makes it worse. That
No
makes it
way.
worse because you're having people pay fifty
Exactly.
dollars plus stay up at 6 in the morning just to watch a show.
Exactly. People aren't
right?
paying for that.
No,
Nope.
Like,
no.
come on.
I would not stay up all night to watch a AEW show. No,
No,
film it,
absolutely not.
film it, film it, and then pick a date when you're going to show it. That's the
Yeah.
way to go. That's the way to go.
The last time
That's
I saw a pay per view, that the last pay per view that I had saw that, and that was the Australia one, Super Showdown back in like 2018 when WWE had it finally
right.
rolling. I watched half that show and dozed off
Oh wow.
because I was that tired. Like you don't expect wrestling fans to
Yeah.
stay up that night and then watch a show. They're gonna watch half that show and fall asleep. I don't care if it's wrestling. I don't care if it's exciting and they like wrestling. Even wrestling fans have a limit.
No,
So,
I'm
because we're human, we're human.
True.
We watch a movie that we like, and we're laying in bed. We're gonna doze off halfway through that. Doesn't
yeah.
matter if
Yeah.
the movie like.
Like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, if they do bring the Forbidden Door to Tokyo and they put it in the Tokyo Dome, like I said before, and I said, Tony Khan, just film the show on whatever night you're going to do it, either a Saturday or Sunday. Even if you filmed it on Saturday and bring it to us on Sunday, that's fine. I've got no issues with that whatsoever.
I feel like
And
they
so,
would. I feel like they would do that. I feel like they'll go down there, go over in Japan on Saturday, film the show, and then air it on Sunday. That's what I feel like.
yeah,
That'd be the right
yeah,
call.
yeah, that would be the logical thing to do. That would be the
Sure.
logical thing to do. And then you bring it on USA television, you bring it on at 7 o'clock, you show the show at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever it is, and you just show the show.
Yeah.
Show everything that was filmed, you know.
Yeah.
And then you just set it up where all the fans don't look at the internet, don't look at the spoilers, don't look at anything like that. Wait until the show airs that night on Sunday, and then you could watch it, and then you could be invested in it, and you could watch what exactly was filmed and what happened on the show.
With the Japanese market though, it's kind of like it's kind of like they would tweet about it, but I don't think they would tweet about it. I think they're more
No,
reserved
mm-mm.
over there in Japan. They don't really
Right,
have their phones out in Japan.
right,
They're the wrestling fans
Yeah.
in Japan. They're more respectful than just having their phones out and
They're
spoiling
very
stuff.
traditional.
Very
right.
traditional wrestling fans. I highly
You're
doubt
right,
they'd be spoiled.
Tyler.
I highly
Yeah.
doubt that.
Oh,
They're
okay.
very
Um.
respectful.
uh,
They I've not seen one phone get picked up to take a picture or to record a video for a New Japan show. So I highly doubt,
yeah.
I highly doubt that would happen.
Okay. Okay. But
Luckily, luckily, because other
uh,
countries like London, England, they don't care. They'll go, oh, this happened, that happened. I had to dodge spoilers an entire day for SmackDown.
yeah. Well, that's the problem with
Yeah, that's tough.
that's tough because the thing is that people are like, oh, did you see this pinfall? And I don't want to know. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know
Right?
nothing. I don't want to know nothing. Just leave me alone. Let me watch it myself. Let me watch the entire show, and then I'll make my own determination later on. I'll make a
Sure.
video of it and
Yeah.
everything else, and I'll tell you exactly what my feelings are in the whole thing. And
Yeah,
that's the way it is.
I'm like on Twitter half the time, right? Scrolling like a madman, trying to promote SmackDown on YouTube. Like
Mm,
I'm scrolling like a madman on Twitter.
wow.
Like
Yeah. And
So,
some people like spoilers. Some people look out for that stuff.
yeah.
But I'm
I,
just
I don't look for those things because the things is that, well, first of all, some spoilers, not all of them. Some
yeah.
of them are so far fetched. It's like, oh, Elsie was beamed into the arena tonight and she came out and wanted to play. I'm like, where did you get that from? Like, where? Who is that? Like, where and then you
Yes, an
investigate
entire
further.
farm animal came out and wrestled a match.
Right.
I mean, it's like they'll come up with this wrestler, and I'm like, where did you come up with that? The wrestler is in
Yeah.
California, and the event happened on the East Coast. So what did he jet it over there? What did he take
Uh, we had we had Bugs Bunny versus Porky the Pig on a random dark. No, man, I don't care.
Oh, good grief.
Oh my good night, man. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, Tyler, ladies and gentlemen.
Come back next week. Come back next week for my comedy special. You're welcome.
Anyway, ladies
It'll
and
be live
gentlemen,
on YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, regular Comedy Central, anywhere you see comedy, you come see me.
right, exactly.
Tickets on sale
So
now. Just don't get them at Ticketmaster.
right,
Yeah, don't
exactly.
go to Ticketmaster discount me.
Right.
Right.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so getting back to the match on an entertainment level, what do you give this match?
Well, I'll give it a 10 because
Okay.
of the surprise that Cheetah got the title.
Right. Tyler, what did
They
you
said
think?
that was shocking.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a I'll give it a 9. I thought the match was really good. I like that she'd have won. Very questionable very questionable though why they would do it on a Dynamite, not at All In. You
Right.
could have built that up further for that. But
Right.
I'm glad she won the title too. She deserves it. 2-time champ. Let's go. Um, and I'm sure she'll have a pretty good reign. I hope the rumors aren't true that Saraya is getting the belt at All In. I hope not. But yeah, that's my rating, a 9.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give this match, ladies and gentlemen, a 10.2. I love the match. Yes, I was shocked about the ending. I was shocked
Oh,
about
now
the
you
ending.
grab the scale. Now you grab the scale, and now you're the klutz.
No, I'm not the klutz. I did put it down. It's just that the head part fell off. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
Sure. Okay.
I am the, big boy facts, Johnny. How are you? Yeah. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it was an accident. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress.
Sure.
Um,
Okay. Right.
all right. Let's go to this match, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh. Now,
Next.
ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, there was only one thing I could say about this match.
Is that an entire
Uh,
laugh track?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
laugh.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I don't mean to do that, but anyway, we
It's true
all
though.
know. Yeah, well, we all know, ladies and gentlemen, that Satnam Singh is as green as. Never mind.
Oh, go
Um,
ahead and
Keep it
say it,
PG.
Earl. It's
Keep it
okay.
PG. Keep it PG. Keep
yeah.
it
Well,
PG, Earl. Louis Ford,
Sarah wants me
button
to
up the
say it.
green.
Sarah wants me to bring it out of the closet. So, Sarah, this is for you. He is as green as goose shit.
There you
There
go.
we
Now we're
go.
cooking with green. Congratulations.
There, now we're cooking.
Now we're cooking with green.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. The match was okay. The match was okay for what it was. Um, the only thing is that I don't know. I don't know about me. I don't know. I can't speak for anyone else here, but for me, I'm getting a little tired of Satnam Singh and all this and Sanjay Dutt and all this. I'm just getting tired of it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, ladies and gentlemen. But something needs to happen here. Something needs to happen. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. Jay White needs to have a come out party. He needs to get away from Satnam Singh and Dutt and all of them there. I don't know what it is. It's something. He needs a coming out party, and that is something that needs to happen here.
Yeah.
But the match itself was okay for what it was. I'm not going to jump up. Will I want to watch it again? No, no, no. I don't want to watch this again. It was okay. Satnam Singh can't wrestle for damn. He can't move. There's nothing he can do in the ring. All he does is give you a headbutt or push you around or whatever. And he moves as slow as molasses. It's almost like taking sand, ladies and gentlemen, moving it from one side of the ring to the other. You're going to sweat your behind off. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway. Sarah, what did you make of the match?
I am sick to death of Jeff Jarrett and the entire group. It's like, give it up already, dude. Give it up. And I think you are absolutely right in your assessment, Earl, that Lethal is on a much higher level than the rest of them.
Yes.
And I think he can do he could do much, much, much better on
Right.
his own. Now I get it. Jeff Jarrett's a legend and he's done a lot for the business. I get
Right.
it. But at what point do you? It's almost like he's trying to relive his youth. I'd say the same thing about Trish Stratus. It's like, give it up already. You look ridiculous. And it's always the same thing over and over and over again. There's always shenanigans involved. Always. And it's annoying.
Tyler, what'd you think?
I have to agree that this group needs to just go away. You know, Jeff Jarrett, he tried to he made a promise he couldn't keep. He wanted to leave the TV side and go be a trainer. Why couldn't he just do that? Why couldn't he just go be a trainer? Go away. I don't want to see you, Jeff Jarrett. And Satnam Singh, he's just shit. He's trash. He can't wrestle. It's just bad. It's bad. And Satnam Singh, they made him, or not Satnam Singh, Sanjay Dutt, they made him just overly goofy. Tone him down on the goofiness. Like, I like Sanjay Dutt. I think he was a great wrestler back when he was in TNA. He could still be a wrestler now. You know, take away that managerial role thing. Stop making him a goofball.
Yeah.
A goofball. Like, don't give him something better to do. Same thing with Jay Lethal. Give him something better. And honestly, Jeff Jarrett retired. Go away. Go away. And Satnam Singh, get out of the business.
Yeah. Satnam Singh, ladies and gentlemen, is better as a valet than he is a wrestler.
Yes.
He is horrendous. And I don't know who's worse, him or Omos. But
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, I think the both of them are on the same level.
They're all far from being the shit.
They are two people, ladies and gentlemen, that do not belong on wrestling television.
They both only know how to do like 2 moves.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Why do you keep parading that? And why do you keep jamming them down our throats? Why do you do that? Why do you do that?
Towers. They're big, massive towers. Rah, rah, rah. No.
It's annoying.
Bigger dudes cannot move that fast. We want guys who can move in the ring, who can wrestle. Not just guys who just walk around hitting big boots.
And he has no moves. He has nothing in his repertoire.
Nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing in his repertoire. And I'm sorry that you all don't like hearing that, but it's the truth. He has nothing in his repertoire. I can't sugarcoat that.
Don't sugarcoat. It's the truth, though. That's the thing. It's the truth.
I'm sorry, but ladies and gentlemen, but I've seen people that are okay. Now they're not as tall as Satnam Singh or as tall as Omos, but there are wrestlers that are like 6'6". There are some wrestlers that are 6'7", but they can move, and they could move for a person of that height. They're not lazy. They'll go in the ring and they'll work their behinds off just to entertain the audience. At least they got something in their repertoire, something to shock you with. But these two men are absolutely horrendous. They're horrendous. And I don't understand why Tony Khan can't sit back and say to himself, this is not lucrative for me. This is not lucrative. This is not lucrative for me. This is not going to entertain the audience. If he would have came to me and he said, "Oh, Earl, I want to put Satnam Singh in a match." Well, Tony, first of all, blink when you talk to me. First of all, that's it. B, ladies and gentlemen, B. He's as green as goose shit, and we're not booking him. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress, and that's the end of that story, ladies and gentlemen.
First off, Tony, don't look it cracked out of your mind. All right.
Right.
Like, hi, I got an announcement. Oh my god.
Yeah, he talked like this, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tony
His
Khan.
eyes are just like that.
This is just like this, Tony. This is Tony. Yeah, I'm going to make Dynamite special tonight. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm
Oh my
going to
god.
make AEW Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. 200 episodes. Let's look behind the scenes at all the people that made this show. That's Tony Khan, ladies and gentlemen. Like somebody scared him. Oh, who came in the room? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Anyway,
somebody stitched his like eyelids open.
right. It's
You know,
like
make his
this.
eyes.
It's like. Oh my God! This is a camera. Oh my God! Wow! Wow!
It's like he's either cracked out or petrified that he's on national TV.
Right.
Like, oh shit, I'm on TV.
Oh, thank
Good
you,
Lord.
Next Shift Randy, for that comment. Thank you very much. Here, Next Shift. How are you tonight, Next? How are you? Say hello to Sarah. Yeah, say hello. Sarah. How you doing? Hello.
Oh my god. Your eyes are popping out of his head. It's like,
Like bang. Like Diamond Dallas Page. Bang.
oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. So anyway, on an entertainment level, Sarah, what do you give this match?
2.
Okay. Tyler?
I give it a deuce.
Negative a billion. I wanted to skip that match.
Negative a billion.
And ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, this is going in the clapper. And this is going to get a 0. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
Turn the lights.
sorry.
Got the lights off.
Right.
It's over.
Right. I'm going to give this match a 0. Okay? I'm going to give this match a 0. Wow, Earl gave my match a 0. I booked this match. Yes, Tony, but it stunk, Tony. It stunk. Anyway.
I'm gonna say this right now.
I'm gonna
say this right now. That impersonation of cracked out Tony Khan is kind of nightmare inducing.
Makes you think, you want to know nightmare inducing? Or that made me think of Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Also, rest in peace to him, by the way.
Yeah, rest in peace to Pee Wee Herman. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
Large Marge sent you.
Yeah. Marge says hello, Tony. He says hi, Tony. Hi. Anyway.
He says quit booking Satnam Singh.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Looking Satnam Singh and looking like he's petrified on camera. I got an announcement to make.
Right.
I got an announcement to make. I haven't blinked once today.
Right. So now, Sarah, let's talk about the main event of Dynamite, shall we? Anyway, anything goes. Jon Moxley versus Trent Beretta versus Penta El Vigneto. The match was great. The match was fine.
This is the one where I was like, looking through my eyes.
Yeah.
Looking through my fingers.
Yeah, you're in the comments like, oh my god.
The match was great. I love some triple threat match. Trent Beretta, ladies and gentlemen, was busted open in this match. And let me tell you something, there was a spot, ladies and gentlemen, there was a spot in the match. And I thought I would never say what I said, but Lord, boy, have mercy, this was pecan spicy. The match was great. I love the chemistry, love the nuance in the match. It was fantastic. Sarah, what did you think of the match?
I thought it was excellent. Again, I thought it was very good. It was entertaining. of course, you've got the high flying stuff, which definitely adds to it because I always think of it whenever I see Moxley in a match, it's like, okay, where's the blood? Where's the super violence? Like, bring it on. And I always think of, okay, what's his competition going to bring to the match? So you've got the high
Right.
flying stuff from Penta. And then I always giggle whenever I hear the Best Friends music. I don't know why. It sounds goofy to me and it makes me laugh. So anytime I see, I see it, I'm laughing now. Just thinking about it. Dun 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 dun. It makes me just picture him in the ring like that. But I thought it was very good. And oh my gosh, when those thumbtacks came out,
Oh yeah.
I knew obviously, yeah, they're gonna get used, of course, when you see Moxley with
Right.
the bag and he's pouring them out.
Right.
But to actually when John Moxley sat up and you can see them like the head of the thumbtack like pushed up against his skin, that I was like, oh no, 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 no. That was a little too much. That was when
Uh,
shit got real. Because I was like, oh, here we go.
I'll tell you this much. You are absolutely right, sir. I mean, they brought out everything with the kitchen sink in this match. Tyler, what did you make of the main event?
It was good. It was really, really good. They brought out the toys in this one. They brought out the toys.
Yeah.
And they used them. They used them a lot. You had Trent Beretta getting carved up by the barbed wire like a goddamn Thanksgiving turkey. Mox going through packs. Tables being used. Now, honestly, that one table spot, that was a perfect table spot. I will give it that.
It was
Trent
good.
Beretta did that spot perfect. They did that spot perfect. Went right through the both tables clean. It was great. That spot was great. But I'd give the whole match a flat out 10.
Sarah, what do you think? What entertainment level do you give it?
I'd give this one a 10 as well. I really like this match.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10 as well. It's a
They
10
all did
across the board.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
All three of them were great.
Beyond the Script podcast, what's up? How are you? And if you want to know who Sarah is, ladies and gentlemen, Beyond the Script, she has commented on all of our streams, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you this much, Sarah is a darling. She is absolutely a darling. She is a delight.
Oh, you're great.
And I agree with that assessment. You really are good tonight, Sarah, and I am so glad that you're
Oh, thank
here.
you.
And I want to invite you back on the show, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah. I will
Really?
pick. Yes, Sarah, you are so good, and
Oh, thank you,
you
Earl.
were so phenomenal that you will get a return date from me, and I will pick the date,
Oh,
and you will come back on the wrestling experience
I would
because
love that.
I had a lot of fun with you tonight. You are absolutely wonderful.
Oh,
Your
thank you.
analytics is great, your opinions are great, your booking is great. Everything about you and your love for wrestling shows through your personality. So you, my dear, will be asked back on the wrestling experience. You're gonna sit with me and we're gonna do this all over again.
Yay!
Yes,
This is so much
yes.
fun. Like I said, I was very nervous. Never
Don't
done
be.
something like this
Don't
before,
be. Just
but
pretend we're all friends in the neighborhood, Sarah, and you're
yeah,
ringing our bell and you want to sit on our couch and we offer you a sandwich and a drink and we're going to watch some wrestling and we're all going to talk about it because we're all in the same boat, Sarah. Fans make wrestling
yeah,
and our opinions matter and our booking decisions matter and everything else goes in between. And I respect you, I respect Tyler, and I respect everyone who comes on the wrestling experience,
absolutely.
and I love each and every one of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close the book on AEW Dynamite 2000. It was
Yep.
absolutely great. The show was great. Everything was great from soup to nuts. I enjoyed it. The title change was a shock to us. The MJF promo was a shock
Definitely.
to us. There was a lot of shocking things last night that kind of like, who, what,
Yep.
what? And of course, Mr. Tony Khan himself. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, even he was great. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. So now,
I
ladies
like
and
to call him Large Marge.
gentlemen, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be moving over now to WWE.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes. Now, I want to explain something to everyone, and I want to explain to somebody that asked me on Twitter, why did they cut the Trish Stratus match from SummerSlam? Okay, here's the main reason. Here's the main reason.
Nobody wants to
According
see it.
to the PW Insider, and according to a lot of sources out there, Triple H reviewed the entire card on SummerSlam, and he felt that the card was too large. He does not want to do any more large pay per view matches. He wants to make the matches as comfortable as possible. So what Triple H has done here, ladies and gentlemen, no, the original match list for SummerSlam ballooned up to 11,
Oh
and
my.
Triple H did not want that. So he went there and he went back with his team, and they what they did was is they chopped out some of the matches to bring it back down to what he felt was comfortable, which I believe will be 8 matches or 9. And that is the most comfortable, which I'm glad that he did that, because you are trying to get away from what Vince McMahon likes. And what Vince McMahon likes, ladies and gentlemen, he likes 11 to 12 matches and 5 hours worth of action. And you're sitting there till 1 in the morning and 10 in the morning to go through 12, 14, 13 matches. It's too much, because what will happen is, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you this much. When you have a match list that is more than 9 or 10, you are going to take away the time that it needs for each match to marinate to the audience. And what that means is that because the time limit is um unmanageable, something is going to get lost in translation in some of these matches in the storyline. So you don't want that. What you want is a successful pay per view. And that is what Triple H is looking at here. So I applaud Triple H for going back to his team and saying, we have to do something here. This has to get cut. So they cut the Rhea Ripley match. They cut the Trish Stratus match, which I'm glad about, because I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, that match was poo poo. It was poo poo. It wasn't something I would want to jump up and down and say, no, you must put this on Summer.
No.
No, no. This match will happen 2 weeks from Monday night on Monday Night Raw, when Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, rolls into Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. And that is fine, because Trish Stratus is from Canada. She could wrestle in front of her hometown audience,
Yeah.
and that is fine. I have no issues with that. Now, I know a lot of people on Twitter were upset about it, but you know what? Triple H made the right decision here. He doesn't want to keep the audience up all night. We've got a lot of matches to deal with. We have a lot of story. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. The most storyline in this SummerSlam that's the most important here is the main event of SummerSlam, which we will talk about, which is the Roman Reigns match. Now, we all know, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the main event. I'm just going to go right to the main event. We all know, I'm going to talk about
We're gonna
this main
skip
event.
everything else.
You know,
Forget everything else.
we're going to go right to the main event, and then we'll work our way down.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what we're going to do, Sarah. That's what we're going to do. So, I'm going to talk about the main event. Okay. We have Roman Reigns take on Jey Uso. Okay. The match is supposed to be non-interference in the match. Everyone is supposed to be. What was that, Sarah? I'm sorry.
I said that'll never happen.
No. So I'm gonna get to that, Sarah. So there's not supposed to be any interference in this match, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm gonna tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot tell me anything else with what I'm about to say. Okay? You're not gonna convince me otherwise. I don't care what you say. I respect your opinion. Hold the phone. Don't get angry with me. I respect your opinion. I respect it. However, I know in my heart of hearts, and we all know this, Jey Uso is not winning the match. He's not going to win the match. He's not championship worthy material yet. He's not. He's a tag team person. Okay? He's a tag team first and foremost. Second of all, we all know that Vince McMahon will be Skyping in his opinion on the match, and we all know, ladies and gentlemen, he is going to write in shenanigans. Elsie the cow will fall from the ceiling on the referee, and the referee will come out, and here comes Elsie and her friends, and they want to play, and everyone wants to play in the match. Yes, the disco ball will come out. Everybody will get on the dance floor that's not supposed to be there, and everybody will be doing the Texas two-step in the match. Yes, and when the smoke is cleared, ladies and gentlemen, the referee gets taken out from under the table after he was the table and the cow fell on him, and he wipes the dip from his eye. He gets thrown back in the ring. He counts the 3, and Roman Reigns retains the title. That is how it's going to happen.
Why does that fake scenario sound like it would be the most entertaining thing ever?
I was like, why does that fake scenario sound somewhat plausible?
I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth, ladies.
Why does that? Freaking cow comes down, splats on the red, blood splatters. And you have a disco ball come out. Farm animals come out and they start dancing.
Right.
Why is this sound entertaining as hell?
Right. And it would be more entertaining as hell than this match because it's very predictable. Okay? The match is predictable. It's the same thing. I'm going to end the stream, ladies and gentlemen, on Saturday night and say Roman Reigns retains the title. With shenanigans.
Yeah.
This man cannot win a match clean. He can't. He has to have Vince McMahon's protection pocket in his purse.
His man purse?
Yeah, the man purse. Yes, his purse. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And it doesn't have lipstick in it. It's Elsie and her friends.
How does he fit a farm animal in a purse? I don't know how that's
that's you can fold that up in a paper airplane. I mean, come on, it's very obvious.
Is bag where she brings out the lamp and then she brings out all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
Just have Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes out in his man purse. He pulls out a cow. Like what the hell?
Yeah. He tells the referee, hold on 1 second before I put this on you. Hold on 1 second. The hoof has to come out first. Then the tail, ladies and gentlemen. Then the tail. Then what really is amazing is the head part that comes out of the purse. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, all of that comes out of the purse, ladies and gentlemen.
What about the body? You're missing the body. You took the legs and the tail.
No. The head and the whole thing comes out. Yeah, he wants to display it very slowly. It's a tease. Okay, it's a tease. Uh, any, anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I'll take that.
What is this
Anyway,
Oh
evolve
my
into?
goodness.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, but this is what it draws me to. I'm sorry, but dang it, why do you have to make this? Why don't you just give him the damn title already? Damn it! Why you have
There
to make
you
me go through
go.
all this
There
scenario?
you go. You won it. There you go. New match. Here you go.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do the Eric Bischoff Triple H treatment from like 2002. Just give him the belt. There you won it.
Exactly.
There you
You
go.
know, but again, like I said before, ladies, I mean, all jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, this match is very predictable. It's very predictable how this is going to work
Yep.
because Vince McMahon does not respect anything Samoan or anything like that. He doesn't respect these rules.
No.
He doesn't respect these rules at all, ladies and gentlemen. You know You know, the ref is going to get knocked out of the ring. Something's going to go screwy with the referee. And then before you know it, the whole audience is counting up to 2,000. But there's no referee.
Yep.
Okay? Very predictable. The referee, oh, he just happened to roll back in the ring when Roman is pinning him. And then before you know, that's how we end the show. Fade to black.
Well, the thing that I noticed with it is they said in the rules that family members can't be at ringside. Paul Heyman's not a family member. So you know he's going to be there and he's going to be causing some kind of distraction, slipping Roman one of the titles so he can whack Jay over the head with it, something. And
Yeah,
it's
but
just, it's boring. It's the same crap over and over and over again.
yeah, that's what I mean, Sarah. He's going. The referee gets a bump spot. He gets knocked out of the ring. Here comes. Here
Yep.
comes. Here comes. Here comes Heyman with the object. He hits him in the head. Here comes Solo out of the audience. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I'm getting fed up with it. I'm getting tired of the shenanigans. This is what I'm saying
Yep.
to people. This is what I'm saying. I don't like shenanigans in a match because it's overused. You keep
Absolutely.
using the same booking over and over and over and over again. And then you come into my face and you're telling me, oh, Roman is great. No, he's not. How can you call Roman Reigns a great champion if the man keeps winning his matches in the same booking? It's lazy.
It is.
It's
It demeans
lazy.
him. It demeans him.
It
It
demeans him.
devalues his talent. It devalues the titles.
Thank you, Sarah.
It's
Thank
like,
you.
I don't understand how people, it's like, do you guys not see this or are you just stupid?
I don't understand it. It's
Just
I don't
ridiculous.
think. I
get
don't
it.
think. I don't think they don't see it, and they're just stupid. They think we're stupid.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
They
They
probably
think we're
think we're
stupid.
like, they probably think we're like conspiracy theorists or something like that. And it's like,
But
no,
when
we're
you
not. We're realistic.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing is that Sarah, and what I'm gonna piggyback off you with this is just you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you can't sit there and tell me this is great, compelling It's not great,
It's not.
compelling television.
It's not.
It's just not. This is not. This is not. Let me ask. Let me just say this. I know this is going way back in the days, and I grew up in the golden age of wrestling and stuff. But if Bruno Sammartino was still around today, and he was a champion, do you think he would sit there with Vince McMahon and allow Vince McMahon to book his matches with shenanigans? Absolutely not.
No. No.
No.
No.
Do you think the great Pedro Morales would have sat there and had Vince McMahon book his matches with shenanigans? Hell no.
I don't think any of those old school guys would.
No.
None of them would. None of them.
No. And I'm just saying that, for scenario purposes. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that I
Yeah.
know it's back in the day. I understand that you don't have to beat me over the head with it. I understand, but what I'm just making a reference. Just making a reference, just making an instance here. The match to me is predictable.
Yeah.
Okay? There's nothing I can say about it. He's gonna retain. He's gonna retain. That's just it. He's gonna retain with shenanigans, and that's how we're gonna end the show. That's how it's gonna go. I hate it. I hate saying it. I hate doing it. I hate thinking it. But that's the way it is.
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There's no other ending to this but what I just said. Sorry. You're going to be thoroughly, and I know some of you on Twitter, you all are like, oh, Jey Uso should. No. Jey Uso is not winning this match. He's not going to win, guys.
Do you
You're
honestly
setting,
think
yeah,
they're gonna
yeah.
let Jey Uso take the titles off of
No,
somebody that's held them for
no,
over 1,000 days? That's not happening.
no.
I'm
That's not
sorry.
happening. I'm
It's not
sorry,
happening.
guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what fantasy land you all are living in, but you need to come out of Disney and come into the real world, ladies and gentlemen. That is not Vince McMahon's world.
Yeah.
He won.
I would think Cody having a rematch and winning that'd be more of a possibility than Jey Uso winning the belt.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm glad you said that, Tyler, because I'm going to piggyback off of what you said. According to what I've read and according to what I'm hearing, the WWE is building up for the rematch for WrestleMania 40, and I think that is the right road to travel on. And on that night, ladies and gentlemen, in front of the world, in front of a Philadelphia faithful, then this is when you give the belt to Cody. This is when the title changes hands.
So you mean to tell me I could have been in near my home getting tickets to see Cody Rhodes win the belt? God dang
That would be awesome.
it! No, that ain't
That
happening.
yeah, that is the road I think they want to travel on.
Yeah, they want. Yeah. I would think do that. Like, dude, I want to beat you so bad, and I lost last WrestleMania. I want to beat you at this one, so I can finish my dad's story that he didn't get to finish.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that is the road they're going to travel on.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind it at all. I wouldn't mind it at all because people soured on the first offering. They did not like the way it ended at WrestleMania this year. This is the time to give the audience and the fans and Cody a receipt. And the
Yes.
receipt is you give Cody what he is seeking, and that is that title.
Yep.
And I don't care whether you book it on night one or night number two. I don't care. I don't care. All
That's
I
a nice
care
thing.
about, if you want to close night two with that, that is fine by me. But I want to see him win the match over Roman without, well, of course, they will have shenanigans, of course. But this time the shenanigans will backfire. And
Yeah.
Roman will cough up that title. And all I want to see is Cody Rhodes holding the belt over his head and the pyro going off all around the stadium, and the audience is going
Yep.
bananas.
And
And
let
that
me
is
tell you
the
something. That Philly crowd, the link when that happens, bro. Oh my God,
People are
you
going
that's
probably
crazy.
hear that from down the
all.
street.
No, that's all I want to see. That's all I want to see. Is for the audience to file out and say that was the greatest ending to WrestleMania weekend. And that is it. That
Yep.
is the only thing I will accept.
Yep.
Nothing else, nothing less. So, ladies and gentlemen,
You're
with that
absolutely
being,
right. He's owed a receipt after
yep,
what happened at WrestleMania this year.
yep.
all that momentum. That's just, it makes me just shake my head. It's like all that momentum that Cody had, and the hype, and he had the fans behind him, and it was like they just, like you've said with other things, it's like they just flushed it right down the toilet.
Yeah,
And
they
I don't
did,
understand why.
and
Yeah,
I noticed.
it was like the Regis looked at us, gave us the middle finger, and walked away.
Yeah,
All
That's
because they
basically
wanted
what happened.
Roman to hit 1,000 days.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing
Just
is
silly.
that even though that some people said it won't feel as special, it will feel special. It will feel special
Absolutely.
because he's going to win the belt on the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania. That is special enough. And let
Oh,
me tell
for
you
sure.
so. And let me tell you something. He can go back and tell his kids, his wife, and anybody who wants to listen. I finally did the big one, and I won it on the grandest stage of them all on the anniversary of them all, WrestleMania 40. I held those belts high in the air in front of a largest crowd in Philadelphia history, and they went apoplectic.
And
And that
also
is
Right.
and also to piggyback off of that, um, look at the whole entire picture. Look at the whole story. And also, he put this story in documentary form, and he released it just recently.
right.
His dad. Let's go back. Let's backtrack to the 80s. His dad was in a match. Well, this was
Hmm.
actually 79, mind you. This ain't 80.
Hmm.
This was 79.
Hmm.
He was in a match where he thought he had won the title, but he had lost via count out. He did not win the title. He won the match. He didn't win the title because of a count out.
Hmm.
And Cody, he had that picture hanging on the mantle of his dad. And you saw the picture when he initially returned. Cody returned. I'm going to
Hmm.
finish that story. And he pointed at that picture on the Titantron
Hmm.
because his dad did not win that belt that night. He was in the WWE title match. He lost that belt.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Did not win that belt.
It's the only thing.
And
It just
Cody,
makes me feel sad.
yeah, it makes him feel sad, and it makes him want to finish the story. And and then we fast forward to WrestleMania 39. He didn't finish the story. So now he's got this fire in him that he wants to just bring out on
Hmm.
Roman Reigns, and that will make
Yeah.
it even more special that he wins this match at 40.
Yeah. And I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. I won't settle for anything less.
No.
I'm not going to settle
Yeah.
for anything less as a fan because you shot yourself in the foot the first time. Don't do it again the second time. Don't do it a second time. Give Cody Rhodes what he is seeking. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that belt. And if you want to end night number two on a high note, give him the belt and give the fans and give us a receipt because you owe
Exactly.
it to us. You owe it to us.
100%. I agree.
Mm. And that is the only thing I will accept. When I see him raise those belts high, that pyro goes off, and the Philadelphia people from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and all around the world who is going to converge on WrestleMania go apoplectic when they see Cody win that match, especially when the 3 count is administered. Okay? That is the way. That is the only way that I want to see this happen.
Yeah.
And it's the right thing to do.
It is.
Okay. Um, let's talk about this one for a second.
Can I just step away for just a second, guys?
Yeah, sure, sure
All right, go
thing.
Okay.
ahead. Take your time. Take your time.
Take your time. While we wait for Sarah, ladies and gentlemen, the next match that we're going to talk about is Cody Rhodes and Brock. Speaking of Cody Rhodes, he and Brock Lesnar, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not see the Raw watch along, this past Monday night, the go home show. They finally, we finally got a little piece of why this is happening. But I think at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I think at this point, it is too little in the game for this. This should have been explained, ladies and gentlemen, in the beginning. You shouldn't have waited all the way from April to July 31st to give us the final answer to this feud. It is way too late in this game right now for us to invest in this feud. It's too late. You have taken us on this journey of unanswered questions. And then all of a sudden now you feel like, oh, well, now, I think the audience deserves an answer. It's too late. It is too late in this game right now to get invested in it. And I mean, if you want to be invested in the feud, ladies and gentlemen, fine, well, fine, by all means. I'm not going to, I'm not going to change your mind or say your opinion is wrong or whatever. But this is in my opinion and in my opinion only. And I'm not invested in this feud anymore. I'm not because it's too late. It's too late in the game. If you would have explained this to me in the beginning and got me hooked like a good novel, like a good story novel, like a book, then yeah, I would definitely 100% be invested in it. But how could I be invested in something that you just are lazy at? You're lazy. You mean to tell me you're gonna set up a feud with somebody, a program, a famous organization like you are, WWE, and you going to sit there and say, well, the audience can figure it out for themselves and we'll get around to explaining what the story is. I don't that's lazy. That's lazy.
And yeah, it's baffling to me that a company like WWE, who is story first, wrestling second. That's how WWE
Right.
works. Story
Yeah.
first, wrestling second, and you don't even have a story, a good story.
No.
You waited until the very end for Brock Lesnar to explain himself. The reason why he attacked Cody Rhodes months back. It's because he's got money and he's got power. He can take Cody's spot just like that. That's how he explained it. And to me, if you would have done that months ago, albeit the next brawl after the attack, I would have been okay with that. I would have been perfectly fine with that. Because that explanation, it wasn't bad. I'm telling you that right now. That explanation was not bad. The
No, I
problem
mean,
was
wasn't the problem was that it was too late.
it was way too damn late. It was way too damn late for this damn thing to have a beginning now. You're well past that. You're well past that, and you give Brock I got money and power, so that's why I did what I did months ago. You could have did this. You could have had the explanation thing. I'm saying right now, the week after the attack. Why did and because people their minds go to why did this happen? The
Right.
day that this happened, months later they're gonna forget.
Well, that's what I'm. That's what I mean, Tyler. This is what I'm saying. I cannot invest in this feud. I cannot sit there. Oh, hi, Sarah. Well, we're talking about Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. I'm just bringing you up to speed.
Oh, okay.
Uh, um, we're what I was saying, Sarah. What my point is, it's too late in the game for me to invest in this feud.
Oh, yeah.
The explanation that we got on Monday night was okay. I'm not going to say it was the greatest explanation I've ever heard, but it's too late. It's too late for me to sit there and say, yeah, I'll invest in this. I have no interest in this match. I have no
And
interest
let
in it.
me Yeah, let me explain, and let me give you an analogy that I said on Monday. All right, let me give you an analogy. I said this is like this feud and the way they did this. This is like having homework that you have to do in September, and you give that homework to your teacher before graduation starts. It's like, really now? Really?
Here's all my extra credit.
Here's all my extra credit. Here's all my homework that I was supposed to do in September that I did a week before graduation.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, I've done that before. I would admit I've done that before. here's
Uh,
here's my homework that I was supposed to do months ago. But that's the thing. You are a multi-billion-dollar company, and you give us a story. You give us the origin of this story in July. This started in April. You do this in July. Like, dude, we're heading into August. This is an August pay-per-view, and you give us the review of why this was happening way after it initially happened.
right.
Yeah.
Like, come on. You could have given us, yeah, exactly. You could have given us something to build on. Oh, I have money and power. That's honestly not bad. I have money, I have
Fit
power.
his
I want
MO.
it. Yeah.
Sarah, what do you think of this?
I thought it like so when it first initially happened with Brock attacking Cody, I was like, oh, okay. He attacked Cody. In like my thought, because everybody, of course, we were all, oh, why did Brock attack Cody? What is going on? I honestly thought it was going to come out that Paul Heyman paid Brock Lesnar to attack Cody because Brock's whole MO was, I like to make money, I like to fight. So it kind of fell in line. But then after no explanation, no reason, nothing, it got more and more and more irritating to the point where it's like, really, we're doing a second match now? And then after the second match, it's like, come on, really? We're doing a third one now because the first two went over so well. Yeah, not invested in this at all. This better be done after SummerSlam. Otherwise, you're going to have WWE is going to have a lot of really upset fans.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and another thing too is they're saying that this is the final encounter, and I hope
Thank
so.
God.
It
I
better
hope
be.
so. Yeah, I
I'm
hope so
praying
because
it is.
yeah, I hope so because
I'm
I
Please
right.
let this be the final.
yeah
Right.
because I can't get it. I can't get invested in this.
No.
I can't
No.
get invested in this. I don't understand why people are like, well, it was probably because maybe because he did X, Y, and Z to him. I said, you don't even know why it happened. So what are you talking about?
Exactly.
You don't even know why it happened. You don't even have a clue at why it happened.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there like, there are some people on Twitter that they think that they know everything and they think that they know. You don't know anything. You don't know anything. You don't know anything about the story because you don't even know what happened.
We haven't been given a reason.
We haven't given a reason. So how could you sit there and try to think that you know everything about this? You don't know anything. You don't know no, you don't know jack spit about the storyline.
You know as much as I do, which
Right.
is which is zero. Like,
Right. It's like you go into the room and you try to find the light switch to turn it on. You don't know what's going on in the room. You don't know who even is in the room with you. I mean, come on now. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous.
you turn the light on in the room, and all of a sudden Tony Khan comes out with his eyes bugging
Yeah,
out.
hi. Yes, I'm
Hi guys, how
Brock
you
Lesnar.
doing?
I booked Brock Lesnar and Cody. Yeah, I think that
I
makes
did
them
it.
good.
It
That,
was
that,
me all along, Austin.
what do you think about that, Fitz? Well, that is some good shit. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, Tony, yes.
that's some good shit, pal.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
Like
sorry,
the
but
one
I
thing,
can't. I
It
can't.
was me,
like we're
Austin.
also
I
we're also
can't.
delirious from it, or from
I can't.
UK. We're just being We're just being
I'm
silly.
sorry, but let me ask you, Sarah. What is your prediction here? Who's winning the match?
I think Cody's gonna win. If this is truly the final, you know, confrontation
Encounter.
between them,
Yes.
I'm and I like I said, God willing, I'm praying it is. I think Cody's gonna win. They're gonna. I mean, he's one of the top guys. They've really been pushing him as far as advertising and kind of turning him into. I mean, I know Roman's like the face of WWE, but they're kind of inserting Cody into that too. So I think Cody's gonna win.
Okay.
And let's
Tyler, what
and
do you
I
think?
pray that this is put to bed after.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
please. I have Cody. I have Cody winning this too, and I have to agree. He's slowly becoming the face of the company, along with Roman. And I'll add to that too. Like, look at that documentary. That was kind of like a Michael Jordan Last Dance type of documentary. Um, I feel like they're seeing highly of him, and I was talking to Rob last night. I go, you know what? I watched this documentary, and it feels like they're highly on him. They look highly on Cody Rhodes,
Right.
and I really do think he will get that much needed push, and I really do think I agree with you guys here. He is going to get that title at WrestleMania 40. But I
Yeah.
do see him
I
winning
hope
tonight
so.
or this weekend at SummerSlam.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with all three of you. I mean, all two of you. Excuse me. I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree. Cody Rhodes is going to win the match. Um, I want this to end
Yeah.
because there's no reason for you WWE to take a dirty carpet and keep beating us with it until we get asthma. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
I'm already getting asthma from this storyline. Come on.
It's just ridiculous. It's just
I've got the proverbial goddamn inhaler right now. I can't breathe from this
it,
And
story.
I think the thing too that I, think about with this whole Brock Cody thing is
yes.
if it if Cody would have had some kind of feud with somebody that perhaps was on Raw every week, we would
Hmm.
see them a little bit more. It would add it would just add more to the story. Of course, there's not really a story behind it, but I think this probably would have worked much better if it was somebody other than Brock Lesnar because he's not on TV on a regular basis.
Because
Yeah.
you gotta remember, guys, he is on that part-time schedule.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. And when he was champion, ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't good. I'll take.
he was like,
I'll
here's the thing: he was on TV for like a month to build a feud, and then he's off for like 6 months, and
right.
he's back on. It's like,
Yep.
No, it was, and I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say this much. Brock Lesnar's run in the WWE has been horrendous. All the man does, ladies and gentlemen, is give you an M5, a suplex, a Kimura lock. That's it. That's all that's in his repertoire, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sorry, but that doesn't thrill me. That
it
doesn't
doesn't
thrill
throw
me
me
at
either,
all.
man. Doesn't
No, it
throw me
doesn't
either.
thrill me. It doesn't thrill me. There's nothing.
No one wants to go into a match seeing 15 suplexes and 3 F5s.
Right.
No one
Yeah.
wants to see that.
No. And he doesn't have anything in his repertoire, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing there. Now I can see if there was a wrestler that comes in the ring and they gave you something more than what they have in their arsenal, and they gave you
Yeah.
something new or something that we've never seen before. But Brock
Yes.
Lesnar has nothing that like that. He doesn't have anything like that. He is as flat as a pancake. The man can't have nothing in his all he that's all I'm telling you folks. I'm telling you, all the man has in his repertoire is an M5, a Kimura lock, and a suplex. That is it. That's all he's gonna give you in the that's it. There's nothing else. There's no power slam, there's no suplex, there's no nothing. Well, yes, he does give you a suplex. I take that back. He does give you a suplex. But
We got like 15 Germans.
yeah, yeah, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all that's in his tank, in his arsenal.
Yeah.
And it doesn't thrill me at all because it's so predictable what he's gonna do in the ring. It's predictable. All his matches, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, all his matches are so predictable. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, okay, now he's gonna give him the Kimura lock, yeah, and he's gonna pass out. Referee checks his arm, he's out. Now, okay, that's it, the match over. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Go home. Go home. Go through the turnstile and go home. Cause that's all he's got, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's the show. The curtain is coming down, and the audience has to file out. That's it. That's it. That is all. That's why he's horrendous. And
He's
I'm sorry.
boring.
Yeah. And I can't get invested in this match. I'm
No.
sorry. I can't get invested in it.
No.
I'm sorry. It's too late.
I'll be glad when it's over.
Yeah, I am going to be very glad that this is going to be over with.
Yep.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's something that's really intriguing, and I want you to listen very carefully. We have this match with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor for the title. Now, I'm going to say this, ladies and gentlemen. I said this on Monday night. Okay, they WWE has done. Okay, I'm going to give them a kudos here with this storyline. And here's why. I like the fact that they keep teasing you week after week after week after week with Damian Priest and this briefcase. Okay? They keep teasing you that he's going to cash in it. They keep teasing you with it. Now, this past Monday night, ladies and gentlemen, in the Go Home show, okay, they had a main event. And Damian Priest is in the ring with Rollins. Okay, listen to me carefully. He asked Finn Balor to give him the briefcase so he can give it to the referee. So here in my head, I'm like, oh no, don't you? This is not the right time to cash it in. Don't you do that? But then I dialed myself back and I said, no, this is a tease. Did you see the look? I want you all to understand something. Did you see the look on Finn Balor's face when he asked him to give him that briefcase?
Yeah, it was that look
He,
of don't dare. Don't you
yeah,
dare do it.
right, right. Don't steal my spotlight. Okay? That was the look he gave Damian Priest. And that makes the wedge come this little wider. Okay, the wedge was like this. Now the wedge is like this, and I love it. You know why? I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. There is some scenarios in this match that can happen, and the pendulum can go like this. It could swing either way, and we could have something special here. And here's one scenario. Here's one scenario of the feud and the storyline and the program. We can have Finn Balor defeat Rollins at SummerSlam and become the new champion. Damian Priest sees an opening, knows that Balor is weak like tea because he gave Rollins a match of his lifetime, and he can cash it in on Balor right then and there and take away his spotlight. Or we can have Rollins retain the title, and Damian Priest is about to cash it in, and Balor says, absolutely not. And he could thwart Damian Priest's chances of becoming a champion when he's about to cash in the briefcase. So we got some scenarios here. We got some. Oh, and here's number three, ladies. I forgot number three. Number three is really good.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, there is more, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute, I got one more in the suitcase for you. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, I got one more pair of pants to show you. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
One more bowl of stew in the cook pot.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Sarah. You've heard this mothership before. Yes.
I know the assignment.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen,
he does the homework. He's a good student, you know.
Right. So here's scenario number three, ladies and gentlemen. We could have Balor.
Yeah.
We can have Balor win the title, right? And Priest comes in and he says, well, I'm going to cash it in on you. Which means we're going to build it up until Fastlane.
You think there's a wedge then? That wedge is going to be clear off.
Oh yes.
At that point.
But didn't Finn Balor and Damian Priest have a conversation when right after Priest won the briefcase and he promised Finn that he would not cash it in on him?
That's the thing. That's what makes it glorious.
That's what makes it great, Sarah. Right. That's what makes it great, Sarah, is because promises can be made to be broken.
Yep.
Especially when there's a title, there's a spotlight, and there's things on the line.
Oh, yeah.
I will stab whoever I need to stab in the back to get what I want. And I'll step on whoever I want to step on to get what I want. And who cares about a friendship? Who cares about this? Who cares about a faction? Who cares about none of that? So there's a lot of scenarios here. There's a lot of scenarios and that's why it's kind of hard for me to predict this match, because the pendulum can go either way here. You could play with this feud. You can play with it any old way you want. And I will be fine with either way. Either way you want to play with. All I want to see, ladies and gentlemen, is that wedge open a little wider and these two get into a program. That's all I want to see.
Yep.
I don't care how you get to the street. I don't care how you get to the apartment and you open the door. But just make sure we get what we want to see. So, Sarah, what do you think of this?
So, on one hand, I like the whole division that's going on in Judgment Day. Like you said, that wedge that's starting to be driven in between Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, it's like, it kind of makes me sad because I don't want them to break up. You know? So it kind of makes me a little bit sad. but I know I'm going to go against probably what a lot of people think is I really want Rollins to hang on to that title.
Tyler, what do you think?
I really love it. I really love the whole story with that whole division too, with Damien and Finn. You know, there's so many possibilities you can go with. Like you just said, you could have Damien cash on Seth, Damien cash in on Finn, Damien gets trampled on. He could lose cash in because of Finn. He could tease it even more. You can go any
I could
with many
totally
different.
see that happening.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I feel like Finn is going to cost him the that cash in. He's going to cash in, and Finn is going to turn. And
I
Seth will
mean,
get the pin. He'll retain against Damien.
yeah, and I think I'm gonna go with the same wavelength as everyone here. Because, like I said before, I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen, you can play around with this booking. You can play around with it, really, and you're not hurting anybody. All you're doing really is that you're trying to create a story here, and you're trying to create something that is compelling for everyone involved. And the intrigue and the mystery behind it and the what if and the how and the where we're going to go and what road you're going to travel, all of that is in this booking, ladies and gentlemen, all of it. Are
Yeah.
we going to get that wedge come wider? Is the Judgment Day going to fall apart? Are they going to unite together and have a front? I
Yeah.
mean, all of this, all of this intriguing, ladies and gentlemen. This, and I'm invested in this. I'm
There's so
invested
many
in.
different directions they can go in.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And that's why I
There's
like it
so
so
many.
much. That's why I like it so much because it's one of those bookings, ladies and gentlemen, where you just don't know what road they're going to travel on.
Yep.
You really don't. And you want to know by opening the what I call the proverbial uncertainty curtain, ladies and gentlemen. When you open an uncertain curtain, you don't know what's behind the curtain. You have no idea.
Tony Khan.
Yeah, hi. Anyway,
Hello? It was me all wrong.
oh no, close that curtain. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I
Close
digress.
it. Close it. Close it. Close it.
Oh,
Close it and run off.
oh my God.
You're
Anyway,
scared
ladies and
Priest. You're gonna scare Damian Priest, and he's gonna
yeah,
drop the briefcase.
exactly. Scared the referee right out of the arena. Anyway, ladies and
Right.
gentlemen, um,
He'll run.
uh,
He'll run so fast out of the arena, his shoes will be coming off.
right, exactly. Where are you going? Are you supposed to be officiating? Are you supposed to be officiating this match? Aren't you supposed to officiate this? Where are you going? Anyway, ladies and
Get
gentlemen.
back in
Anyway,
that ring.
right.
I can't look away.
All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway. Yeah, I'm going to agree with everyone here in this assessment. I'm going to agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree. And yeah, there's a lot of scenarios that could happen. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this match. I really am.
Yeah,
I really
I
am.
think it's gonna be good. I mean, the last time, you know, Seth and Finn had a match, which was at Money in the Bank.
Right.
Um, that kind of left a little to be desired, or left a lot to be desired. I mean, it wasn't. It was just kind of like, eh.
Well, you know something. You
Some
know something. I think that's what kicked off the powder keg in the wedge, because Balor looked like he was going to win the match, but then Priest came in with that briefcase and distracted him with it, and before you know it, Rollins retained, and that's something that you could add to this feud as well. Look, he can say to him, look, let's say Balor wins the match and Priest challenges him at Fastlane. Let's say that happens. He can say, look, listen, you cost me the match the first time, and I went here and he can just go on and on about it. He can just play that to the hill for all I care. He can do that in the booking, and I wouldn't have an issue with it either. Because that's a piece of the fabric of the storyline that cannot be left on the cutting room floor.
And it could
So,
almost be seen as, or I guess play out, that, Finn gets screwed over somehow and he becomes more and more deranged. And that kind
right.
of drives him away from the rest of Judgment Day and closer to JD McDonough.
Okay.
Mm.
Because that
Okay.
he's a little off his rocker. The
Yeah.
cheese had slid a little too far off of the cracker.
Yeah, the
And you
cheese
gotta
fell,
remember who was the
the
guy
cheese
watching.
slids off.
And,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Tyler. I'm sorry.
you gotta remember who was the guy scoping out Finn Balor in that one segment. That was JD.
Yep.
JD was the one scoping him out. So I
Yep.
feel like that was a little subtle tell too.
Yep.
I like that booking, Sarah. That's fabulous.
I think that would be
I wasn't
cool.
even thinking. I forgot about that. I'm like, oh, you've got a point there.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Love that. Hold on. I'm getting a call from Vince McMahon. Hold on, what's that? Hi, hello. Oh, Sarah got hired for Monday Night Raw. Oh, okay, no problem. I'll let her know. Thanks, Vince. Yeah, you're the head writer now.
Yes.
Sir.
Sweet.
Oh, let's talk about this next match, ladies and gentlemen. The WWE Women's Title is up for grabs. It is Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. Boring.
AKA
And
Darth Vader.
Bianca Belair. Now, I'm going to say this, ladies and gentlemen. The build for this match is awful. I don't like I don't like Charlotte Flair one bit. I'm sorry. I think she's a great person behind the scenes and whatever, but her gimmick and all that she does is horrendous. Okay? The wrestler herself is horrendous. She can wrestle. I'm not saying she can't, so don't jump down my throat. I'm not saying that. The only problem that I have with Charlotte Flair, ladies and gentlemen, the woman cannot sell worth a damn.
No.
Nope.
She cannot sell nothing. She cannot even sell you a BMW. She don't know how to do that, ladies and gentlemen. All right? She can't sell a damn.
So you need to tell me she can't go and just tap on the car. Go look at this bad boy.
No.
I'll sell that to you for like 15,000.
She will mess that up because she can't read the script properly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway. The woman cannot sell a damn. Okay? No. She is as horrendous as Ronda Rousey. And don't get me started with Ronda Rousey.
Oh, we'll get there. We will get there, people. We'll get there.
Oh, trust me, we're gonna get there. Trust me. But this match, ladies and gentlemen, this is horrendous. The only thing I could see here, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing I could see here is that Asuka will retain the women's title. And that is the only thing I want to see in this program. And let's move on from it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anything else. Bianca Belair's ship has sailed. I don't want to see her champion anymore. And please don't give it to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Please don't.
She needs another title shot. Like, I need another hole in my head.
No.
Just like you said, Earl, boring.
Boring. No.
That's
That
why I
is the
said
wrong. That is
I
the
have this sense of
wrong booking
dread
decision.
every time I hear her music start, I get this sense of dread. Like, great,
Yeah.
now what's going to happen? And that's why I
No.
made the
No.
comment a little while back. I was like, she needs to have Darth Vader's march played as she's going down to the ring because,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's she. No. It's not the right booking decision.
no,
It is not the right booking decision. So here is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to see Bianca win the match.
no.
No. Charlotte is the wrong decision. You know who the right choice is, ladies and gentlemen? Asuka. Asuka needs to pin either Charlotte or Bianca to retain the title. And I don't care who she pins. I don't care who she missed. I don't care who she kicks in the head. I don't care. As long as I see her hand get raised in front of the Detroit faithful and they said, still the woman's champion, Asuka. And that is the only thing I want Samantha Irving to say. And that is it. Mm-mm.
Yep.
Nothing
I mean,
else will work.
how about making Asuka look super weak the last few weeks?
Oh
Yes.
my
She
god.
looks
Yeah.
incompetent. It's like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Hashtag, what are you doing, WWE?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like,
like
Okay.
you're making her look like you're not making her look like a strong champion for starters at all.
No. And this is the problem that
It's
I
a damn
have,
shame.
Sarah. This is the problem that I have. This is the problem that I have. And this is why I went on rants on my show. This is what I'm saying. They book her incorrectly. She
They
is
do.
being booked incorrectly. When Oscar, I'm going to explain this to you all. I don't know if you ever heard of a pay-per-view offering from the WWE called Brooklyn Takeover. Back, let's go back to
Mhm.
the black and gold for a second here in NXT. She had a match in Brooklyn. Now I was witness to this because I was there, ladies and gentlemen. The
Oh,
match was a classic. Asuka was the women's champion at the time, ladies and gentlemen, and she was dominant in the match. She didn't use any mist at the time. She didn't use anything. All she used was what she got in the ring, and that was her wrestling. And her resume spoke for herself.
oh, for sure.
Asuka tore the house down,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
she was a stone cold killer in NXT.
Yes, yes,
Flat out stone cold killer. NXT.
yes,
I watched that run too.
yes,
I loved Oscar in NXT. And I have to segue off of this match for a second. They did the same thing with Shayna Baszler. In
yes,
NXT, in NXT, she was a stone cold killer. She comes up, she's
yes.
given very, very piss poor booking.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about that. Oh, for sure, we're going to dive into that. Better get some coffee and tea, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna really hear me go off on that. Wait,
Pause
wait,
the stream, get yourself a snack and a
right,
drink, and come and sit
yeah,
back down, and then
right,
unpause the stream.
right, exactly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, but getting back to Oscar, ladies and gentlemen, is booked incorrectly. But if you want to give all of us a receipt, like I keep saying, a receipt here, you will make sure Oscar retains
Yep.
the woman's title. Nothing else in this program will work. I do not want to see Charlotte pin her to get a championship. I don't even want to see Bianca pin Charlotte. No, I don't want to see none of that. I don't want to see none of that. What I want to see is Asuka's hand raised in victory, and it's a hard fought um, retainment, and she wins the match. And that's it. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to call. I don't want to call anything else. I don't want no shenanigans in the match. I don't want to see none of that. No. I just want to see Oscar win the match because she deserves it. Oscar deserves it.
Absolutely.
Oscar has been saddlebagged, ladies and gentlemen. When she is on, I'm going to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you this backstory. When Oscar is on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania, she is no, it's 5-0 at WrestleMania. She hasn't won one WrestleMania match yet. And that is a travesty. That's
That's
a
just an escape.
crime. You
Miscarriage of
build,
justice.
yes, it's a miscarriage of justice because you build her up to this thing, you bring her up to the WrestleMania crescendo, and then you take the air out of the expectations by making her lose. That's not right.
Yep.
That's a disservice to Oscar. And shame on you, WWE, for doing that kind of booking to Oscar. Shame on you.
Yep.
Look at her resume. Look at what she's done in NXT. And you're going to take somebody like that, special like Oscar, and do that to her? Why? Because she can't speak English? That's why you did that to her? Is that one of the reasons? You don't think she's
Let me tell
mark?
you. Let me tell you the reason. Let me tell you the reason, right? And yes, I would get, and I am going there. If you're Asian, if you're African American, if you're any descent that's not Samoan or white, you don't deserve good booking. That's Vince's eyes right there. If you're Japanese, if you're African American, then you don't deserve good booking. That's how Vince sees it, and it's
Disgusting.
laughable and it's disgusting. I agree. Yes, it is disgusting. It is disgusting.
And then another thing, George, and piggyback on what Tyler's saying here, and then you make her look like a clown. That's not
Yeah.
nice. And then you make her
No,
laugh
that's
with
that's her
the
doing. That's her doing. That's her doing. She was Kana in Japan. She wore face makeup.
yeah, but then, yeah, I understand that, Tyler. But you know something, I would sit back and if I was the writer or the booker of Oscar and she was doing a promo, I wouldn't make her go out there and dance like a fool and have the goo come out of her mouth. That's so disrespectful. That's disrespectful to Oscar. You don't need to do that. That's just wrong. You embarrassing her in front of people.
Yeah, they made
That's
her look
not.
like this has been like this since 2020. They book her as like this like immature child,
That's what I mean.
and it's like, come on.
And it's just so it angers me. It angers me because it's like this woman was a champ. Did you know how many days this woman was the NXT champion? Do you not read resumes of people anymore? Do you not read resumes? Do you not look on videotape footage?
Yeah.
Like, how dumb are you? Your thought process must be as dumb as a box of rocks. Come on, you're stupid.
I mean,
You're
we are
absolutely
talking
right,
about an
though.
over 70-year-old guy right now, so he's
Yeah.
just senile at this point.
That's why I
So
call Vince McMahon, ladies and gentlemen, an old fart bag. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress.
he's an old fart bag.
Well, it's not. It's not. It's not false. You kind of have a point there.
I just get so frustrated, ladies and gentlemen. It's to that level where I just want to just take my hand and just choke the crap out of him and say, "Don't you dare do." If I was
Yeah.
sitting next to Vince McMahon, ladies and gentlemen, if I worked for the WWE and I was a writer and I sat there and I was doing Oscar matches and he override everything that I've done, it won't be
Yeah.
pretty in Gorilla. It won't be pretty.
It
It won't be
makes me
pretty.
think of like when older people and elderly people they don't like change, and Vince McMahon can't open his mind enough to maybe try something different or experiment and if it works it works, if it doesn't it doesn't, you move on. But it's like he just likes to do the same gimmicks, the same sort, of course with different people, but the same storylines over and over and over. And he sees somebody that he doesn't think, if he doesn't see them as the perfect wrestler, the
Right.
perfect wrestler body, he writes them off, no matter how talented they are.
Mhm.
And it's awful.
Like I said before, I'll say this much, ladies and gentlemen. All I want to see is Oscar retain this title, and that's it.
Absolutely.
Treat her with respect the way she's supposed to be treated,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. Treat her with respect and what she can bring to the table. Okay? Oscar is not lazy. She is not she is marketable. And ladies and gentlemen, she is worthy as a champion. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
That's all. Now let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. Logan Paul. Logan Paul takes
Um,
on Ricochet. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Now these two have a past. Yes, they do. They met at the Royal Rumble. They did that spot in the air and everything like that. And ever since then, his name was on his mouth and his name is on his mouth, and they're going back and forth on Twitter and this and that. Now, the final straw, ladies and gentlemen, in this feud, the final straw was a go home show. It was a go home show.
yeah.
And Logan Paul said to Ricochet, how are you going to feel that your fiance, that my name is going to come out of your fiance's mouth? That was
I
the
would have
straw that broke
decked
the
him too.
camel. Yeah. That broke the straw of the camel's back, ladies and gentlemen. And these two are going to go to war at SummerSlam. The match is going to be good. The match is going to be high flying. The match is going to be interesting. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. When Logan Paul is in the ring, he treats the WWE with respect. He treats the match with respect. He does. And he performs very well in the ring. He performs
Yeah.
very well in the ring. He will give 110% in the match. Whether he wins the match or it's on a losing effort, he still gives you he still gives you his all in the match.
Yeah.
And I like that about him. I like that. Even though he's not, his heel work needs a little work, but his in ring work is good. Is good. I like it. I like it. He's not lazy in the match. He works his behind off to entertain the audience at what he can do. And I think what he does is, I think he goes back and he studies his own tapes, because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why this is, ladies and gentlemen. When you see him do moves like from the moonsault to the top rope and stuff like that, I think he goes back and he says to himself, "Well, I messed up on this spot, but I'm going to improve on it." So he must have gone to some friend, he knows somebody about a wrestling school or whatever, and he comes back in the match and he improves that move.
Yep.
And
I
that's
feel like
that's
I feel
that.
like there's not a wrestling school. I feel like there's not a wrestling school. He goes to Performance Center in
Oh,
Florida.
okay, okay.
Goes there
Well,
and he
what?
trains with. I think he trains with Shawn Michaels.
Oh, okay. Well, whoever he works with, whatever he does, ladies and gentlemen, he always seems to improve on the move that he botched up on, and he goes in there and he cleans it up like a mop,
Yep.
and it looks flawless. And that impresses me. That impresses me, and that's what every wrestler should do. Go back and watch your tapes at some of the moves that you did. If you think it's botch worthy or if anything, go back and improve it. So that this way, when you come back on camera, you look like you know what you're doing, you sell it well, and you did your job.
Yep.
And that's all. And that's the best advice I can give anybody.
And that you also know how to keep yourself safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yep. Protect yourself and the person you're in the ring with.
Yes. So you don't hurt yourself, you don't hurt the opponent, and you don't hurt the referee that's in the ring.
Yep.
Very important.
Yep.
So the match is going to be good. Um, uh, I'm going to save my predictions uh, for later on, but I'm going to go to Tyler
Sure.
first. Tyler, who is winning this match?
I'm going to throw a curveball at you guys.
Okay.
Because I don't think Logan Paul has actually won a pay-per-view match yet.
No, he hasn't.
Nope.
He has not won a pay-per-view match yet.
Not
I
yet.
feel like we're going to get the biggest curveball, and he is going to win. I don't know how. There won't be any shenanigans because, of course, he doesn't know anybody affiliated
Right.
with the company. So he ain't going to do that. I feel like he's going to do something with Samantha Irvin somehow, and that's going to piss off Ricochet a little bit. But I feel like that's just going to be like the middle of the match. But I do see Logan Paul winning it. But I have to give a lot of praise to Logan Paul. Damn him for making me like the guy, because before he came into wrestling, he was one of the most hated dudes ever. Him and his brother, one of the most hated dudes.
Right.
And you made me like you, Logan. You made me like you, man. You made me like you. Because he's actually he's been really, really good in the ring. He's impressed me. And honestly, I have to agree with the heel work thing. His heel work has been next to none. It's been pretty good. Pretty good heel work, in my opinion. So, but the only thing he needs to work on is the babyface stuff. Honestly, the heel stuff, next to none. He's the cockiest dude you would ever see. Ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that. Like, look at his WrestleMania entrance when he was on the zip line thing. He was talking a lot of smack on the mic while he was doing his entrance. Like
Right.
that was awesome.
Right.
But yeah, I have to give a lot of respect, a lot of praise to Logan Paul for this. He, like you said it best. He has a lot of respect towards the wrestlers, towards the wrestling business, towards the wrestling fans who watch. He wants to give us a good show, a good showing from him, and he's done it. He's done it, and I have to give a lot of praise to Logan Paul. A lot of praise.
Sarah, what do you think?
I really want Ricochet to win because I like him
Yeah.
a whole lot. His in-ring work is great. But Tyler definitely brings up a good point where Logan Paul hasn't won a single pay-per-view match. So it would make sense for him to, as you say, Earl, to get a receipt and actually win this match.
Yeah.
So I want Ricochet to win, but I have a feeling Logan Paul might win.
Yeah. Again, like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say it again. Um, I'm going to agree with Tyler here. I'm going to agree with everyone here. Logan Paul hasn't won a pay per view yet. He needs to come to the pay window and get some kind of receipt here. So I'm going to say he's going to defeat Ricochet in a clean match. The match is going to be fun. The match is going to be great. And I don't think Ricochet getting an L is not going to hurt Ricochet at all. It's not
No.
going to hurt him at all. Giving him an L in the match, I don't think that's gonna hurt him at all. I don't think it's gonna kill his star power. I know people would be like pushing the panic, but oh well, if he loses to Logan Paul, he's gonna get buried. No, enough, enough, guys,
Right.
enough. Slow the brakes, pump the brakes, pump the brakes, pump the brakes. Okay, pump the
You
brakes.
think? Do you think Wade Barrett got immediately buried when John Cena did the thing with Nexus? No, he was like IC
No,
champion after a little bit.
right. Thank you, Tyler Bruce. See that this is why I have Tyler on, ladies and gentlemen. This is
Like,
why.
like, like, come on. One loss is gonna immediately bury somebody.
Yeah,
Multiple
with
losses,
that,
yeah, it'll start to bury somebody. But one
yeah,
loss is not gonna bury a person.
yeah. That's how some people think. That's how some
Yeah,
people
I know
think.
how they think, man. I know how they think, man.
Yeah, that's, and I don't think like that, ladies and gentlemen. I just think like, look, listen. He needs the receipt. He needs the win. Yeah. So you give Ricochet a loss. So what? I mean, now if Ricochet was losing 7 matches in a row, yeah, that's burying him right there. That's burying him. But
Do
one
you know
loss.
what's really? Do you know what's really burying somebody? Kurt Hawkins' entire 2018 run.
Oh
That's
yeah,
burying
yeah.
somebody.
That's buried. That is buried. That's embarrassing.
That's
Um.
that's burying somebody.
Yeah. That.
What they're doing with Shelton and Cedric, that's burying somebody.
Right. Exactly.
One
What
loss
they
on
did
him is
with
not going to bury somebody.
And look what they did with damage control, ladies and gentlemen. That's burying
Exactly.
somebody.
They buried
Boring
themselves.
control.
That's pretty boring.
Yeah.
That was
Boring
pretty.
control.
Yeah,
Boring
that's
control.
burying.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's burying themselves.
so ladies and gentlemen, we are agreement across the board. Logan Paul will win this contest.
I think so.
Okay. Um, the Intercontinental title is up for grabs.
Gunther.
The
Gunther,
one match I am ready for.
Gunther,
Kuda,
the ring general.
Kuda,
I had
I
too much
still think
lemonade today, ladies and gentlemen, and I have to cough up the lemon. Gunther.
Kuda.
oh my god. Oh,
Anyway,
good
ladies and
grief.
gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad
See,
that you are. I'm glad that
this
you
right
are in.
here is exactly why I enjoy watching you two.
Sir, again, like I said, I'm so glad that you're on my show. Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to do this, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on. You are watching the Wrestling Experience, ladies and gentlemen, on the Hardcore Sports Network, Wrestling and Sports Connection, and of course the All Star Sports Network, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit that like button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And please, whatever you do, ladies and gentlemen, hit the notifications bell so that this way you know when we go live. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when we go live, oh, it's a good time if you will. We're going to entertain you if we will. We'll make you laugh if we will. We'll kick you out if you got the wrong change on the bus, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, if you will. Yeah.
You don't have the $5 I want. I'm driving this thing. Get out.
Right? Bye.
Know who's driving this bus, ladies and gentlemen, if you will. I'll take you. I'll take you to the Bull of the Woods, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god.
All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
You went full on. Yo, you went full on Dusty Rhodes for a full minute. That
Yeah.
was like record
Yeah.
time.
That was awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Oh man. So anyway.
I'm just gonna pause myself for a second. My battery is dying on my laptop, so I have to go grab my power cord for my laptop.
Okay.
So I can plug it
Okay.
in. But I'll come back. I just gotta grab the cord.
Okay, go
Anyway,
ahead, Sarah. Take your time.
it happens to the best of us. Don't worry.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, I made Sarah laugh so much, ladies and gentlemen, her power went out on her thing, if you will. Yes.
Bro, we're electrifying. We're not even electrifying. What the hell?
Yeah, and
We're
ladies
supposed to
and
be
gentlemen,
electrifying the whole stream, and we can't even charge her laptop.
oh
What the
my
hell, man?
gosh. Oh my gosh. We failed. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let everybody know, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, ladies and gentlemen, Tyler and I will return to the streams, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to give you Elite Talk. Elite Talk number 10, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be historic because we're going to talk about Dynamite. We're going to talk about Rampage, and then, ladies and gentlemen, me and Tyler are going to relive and rewind all 9 episodes of the Elite Talk. So please join us for that. We are killing it as far as the views go, ladies and gentlemen. It has been fantastic. You all have responded in kind to all of us, and I want to thank you all for making Elite Talk number one on the internet. Each and every Saturday afternoon, we do it, ladies and gentlemen. We do it for you. We do it because we love to do it. We love talking wrestling. We love the analytics. And I love everything that Tyler has brought to the table. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get together again this Saturday at 4 o'clock. Please don't forget that. Then Tyler and I are still not done with each other. Right after that, ladies and gentlemen, right down the road at 7:50 Eastern Daylight Standard Time, we're going to bring you Summer Slam 2023, and that is going to happen at 7:50 Eastern Daylight Standard Time with me, with Tyler, with Mac the Giants Man, Mitch Kofsky, and everybody else in between, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to show you a good time. And then, ladies and gentlemen, mark this date down on your calendar on Sunday, August August the 6th, ladies and gentlemen, that's August 6th, Sunday. I'm going to be on DJ Storm's channel, ladies and gentlemen, because on that show, ladies and gentlemen, me and DJ Storms are going to rewind. We are going to rewind SummerSlam. We're gonna talk about SummerSlam. We're gonna show you what we liked, what we didn't like, our favorite moments, a highlight of the night, ladies and gentlemen. All of that and so much more this coming weekend at SummerSlam. So don't forget to tune into all of that, ladies and gentlemen. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Monday night, we're going to be presented to you Monday Night Raw Watch Along, ladies and gentlemen. And the fallout from SummerSlam will happen this Monday night. So I can't wait to do all of that in the cook pot. We're going to have a lot of fun during the streams. Please tune in for that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, even more. Next Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, next Thursday, August the 10th, mark this date down for the first time ever. I'm going to have Mitch Kofsky and DJ Storms together on the stream. It is Mitch Kofsky and DJ Storms next Thursday on the Wrestling Experience. And we're going to rewind Dynamite. And we're going to give you our final thoughts on SummerSlam 2023. So all of that is coming up in the cook pot here on the streams as we wait for Sarah to come back and get her power cord. Um, Tyler, let me ask you a question. Who is going to win? Who is going to win the Intercontinental Championship?
It's such a toss up, but I'm gonna have to say Gunta is winning that belt again.
Okay. And Sarah, what do you think?
Oh, it's got to be Gunther. They're
All
not
right.
gonna take the title. They're not. I don't think they're gonna take the title off of him yet. So, as much as I
Now,
like Drew McIntyre, I think
yeah,
Gunther's got. I think Gunther's got this one.
um, there is a fan out there, ladies and gentlemen, on Twitter, that she's been on my show many times over, and she is a staunch, and when I mean staunch, I mean she is a staunch McIntyre fan. And
I love Drew McIntyre.
let me tell you something, Cherry. I know you're watching this show. I know you're watching this show, Cherry. But I'll tell you this much, Cherry. Don't hate me. Don't send me no Twitter hate on Twitter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you, Cherry. I love you, Cherry. But Gunther.
Why is this looking like a high school breakup just now? I love you, don't leave me.
Kind of look like Tony Khan telling somebody you love them. I love
Oh, I love
you.
you, baby. I love you, baby. I really love you. We've been going out for years,
That just
baby.
looked borderline psychotic and stalker-like.
Should dress up as Tony Khan for Halloween, Earl.
Do that and just do the wide-eye thing.
I want you to watch All Out. That's what I want you to watch in Chicago. We're going to have All Out. And all the audience is going to look like this. This is the audience. This is the audience in Chicago. They're going to be all out. Yeah. Anyway.
Bro blinked a whopping 3 times during that one segment. Just 3 times.
Oh,
I know.
my
I remember
gosh.
you guys did last night. Oh my gosh, I think he actually blinked.
Yeah.
He actually blinked 3 times in succession.
He actually blinked.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to go with what Tyler and Sarah is saying. Gunther retains. Gunther retains in a hard-fought retainment. But
When
Gunther
does he hit the Honky Tonk Man's record?
I think they said it's either August the 20th or the 21st, I think.
Okay.
Something of that nature.
Yeah, because with Vince being obsessed with records.
Yes, he's obsessed with records.
I would love for McIntyre,
right, and he just loves nostalgia. Does Vince, and he if he can do it with Roman Reigns,
Oh no, it's not any time in late August. You know when that he must hold the title until September 7th.
Oh.
He's got to hold the title until September 7th.
So then
Just
when's
September 7th?
Yeah.
What's the next pay-per-view after SummerSlam then?
Well, the Fastlane. So that means that he will have a title defense at Fastlane. He will retain there, and then he will continue to march forward until September the 7th. Well, I mean, I don't have any issues with it. I don't have any issues with that. I mean, if that's the road you want to travel on, then fine. But another thing too that can happen here is McIntyre did lose to Gunther at WrestleMania in the Triple Threat match. And the WWE might say, well, we do owe McIntyre a little receipt. But I don't think that that's the road they want to travel on. At this time.
No.
Unfortunately. I'm sorry, Cherry. I'm sorry. I know
I
I'm gonna
don't
wake
know, but I'm sorry too.
I'm sorry.
I love you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cherry, but Gunther is going to retain. He's going to retain.
Take my boy back. You see the love you. Take my boy back.
And it seems too like WWE, in addition to being obsessed with records and records being broken, it seems like they really like having matches between two opponents happen in threes. It always seems like it's in threes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it wouldn't surprise me if McIntyre, Drew McIntyre loses this time, and then they have another match after Gunther has beaten that record.
Right.
It wouldn't surprise me. Not that I'm
no,
I
wouldn't be surprised either. I would not be shocked.
Yep.
That and I agree with your booking, Sarah. I agree with your booking. I think what will happen is that he will retain at SummerSlam. They will have a rematch, and then at that time, that is when they're gonna pull the trigger and give McIntyre the belt.
Yep,
Yep.
that's what I think too.
Because once the achievement has happened, there's no reason for him to keep the belt after that.
And hopefully, by doing this in three matches instead of just one or two, hopefully they start to make Imperium look stronger.
Okay, okay. I'm just gonna say something here about that, Sarah. I'm
I
gonna
really
say
hope.
I'm gonna give you my opinion on this, and again, here is the thing: it's too late, Sarah.
Really?
It's too late. It's too late. They should have built
I'm
Imperium
so
up
sad.
ever since that they reunited with Gunther. Imperium should have been winning their matches back to back to be strong as Gunther. And unfortunately, Sarah, unfortunately, when you book somebody strong and you make the two look weak, it's not a good look. And the audience cannot invest in that. We can't invest in that. It's
I
too
know.
late in the booking realm for Imperium to be strong again. Because they should have been strong when they got reunited. They should have
Yeah.
been winning matches, not lose at how. I mean, I have been to several house shows where they've been buried less than 2 minutes in a match. That's unacceptable.
It's terrible.
That's unacceptable. Imperium when they were in NXT. I'm sorry to keep going back to NXT. I'm sorry, folks, but I have to. When they were in NXT, ladies and gentlemen, they were dominant because they were the tag champs then.
Yep.
Imperium should have been booked correctly from the jump start.
Yep.
The WWE again shoots themselves in the foot with this group. Again, you shoot yourself in the foot with the booking. And now you want us to believe in them. We can't believe in them because you buried them all over the place. How are we going to take this group seriously as a tag champ when you keep burying them all over the place? That's not a good look.
No.
And I'm sorry, but if you all don't agree with that, then that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
You all have an opinion. That's fine if you don't agree with my opinion. But it's just my opinion only, and I can't invest in this group. I'm sorry, but I just can't. It's just way too late in the game. It's way too late. When you have a faction like now, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back in the days because I grew up back in the days of wrestling. When you had the Nation of Domination, ladies and gentlemen, now if you don't know who the Nation of Domination is, go back and watch their tapes. Go back. Because Farouk was something else, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
He
yeah.
was no nonsense.
Yep.
Farouk, when he was in the Nation of Domination, he didn't care whether you were a referee, an agent, a backstage. If you got in front of the Nation of Domination, he would have beat the snot out of you.
Beat the stew out of them.
Yep, he would beat the stew. Yep, yep, just for you, sir. He is beating the stew. He is beating the stew out of somebody. Like,
Oh, I
yes,
love it.
I had to do it for you live, Sarah, just for
I
you.
love it.
Uh, so anyway, when Farouk was part of the Nation of Domination, they made him strong as hell when he was the leader. You remember when he was in a feud with Savio Vega and he took that belt and he used to whip the snot. That was the Nation of Domination, ladies and gentlemen. That is exactly how you book a faction.
Yep.
That's how you book a faction. Everybody in the group is strong as hell. And the leader is not to be messed with.
No.
And that's the way you book them. That's the way you book them.
I guess it just
Stevie
makes me
G, how are
sad.
you?
It just makes me sad because they're both just great.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, they were awesome in NXT, and it's like once they got called up to the main roster, they completely dropped the ball.
Yes.
Completely.
And they
And I just
watered
I'm
them
like,
down to
why?
nothing. And they watered them down to nothing. And then now you want us to sit there and pick up the pieces. And you think we're stupid and we're just going to say, oh, yeah, yeah, they're going to be a great tag team. Yeah. No,
You're like,
no,
no, they're not.
no. They've been too much in the bull of the woods, ladies and gentlemen, if you will. Okay? Too
Uh,
much in the bull of the woods, ladies and gentlemen. Too much bull in the woods, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Too much shucky ducky quack quack for that group, ladies and gentlemen.
oh
Too
my
much.
god.
Yeah. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
That's
Yes, I
almost as
even
bad
brought
as
that out.
suffering
Yes, ladies.
succotash.
Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen. And even Sarah's bringing stuff out of the blue closet. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway. Anyway. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Here's something, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm not a fan of. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost done with this Summer Slam card, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just say something here. Why is this match happening? Why is this match happening? Why? Ronda Rousey is taking on Shayna Baszler in an MAA rule match. Why is this happening? Why are you torturing us with this? Why are you doing this to us? Why are you doing this? It's almost like you're putting us in the room and it's full of snakes and we have to get out of it before we get snake bitten. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why are you doing this to us? That is not nice. That is not nice that you put on this boring match, this whack ass match. Why would you do that? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Ronda Rousey is horrendous.
Ugh.
She is
Roundabout.
her. Ronda Bouchy, ladies and gentlemen, is horrendous.
She is.
Her wrestling is horrendous. Her promos are horrendous, and she can't sell worth a damn.
Nope.
Shayna Baszler went there and kneed her in the face. Now, I'm going to explain something to you, ladies and gentlemen. When somebody knees you in the face, okay, and you go down and you're on the second rope, you're supposed to pretend to be knocked out so that the camera can pan in on you and you look like you sold the move correctly. Shayna Baszler hit Ronda Rousey in the face, and all she did was smile, like, "Oh yeah, you hit me in the face. That was fantastic. Do it again. Yeah, do it again, lady. No, I'm gonna text you. Yeah, do it again. Do it
Do it
again.
again,
Come on.
friend.
Yeah, do it
Do it
again,
again,
my friend.
bestie. Like,
Do it again, my friend. Do it again. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, great work." And then she's laughing at it. That is not how you do it. That is poor selling. Very poor. That was not a, and I'll tell you something. Her heel work is horrendous.
she's not even good as a
This
babyface. She's
she's
bad
a
all around.
she's just terrible. This is not good. This isn't good. This isn't good, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't good. This is spoiled oatmeal that you're about to eat, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. We're gonna regurgitate on this oatmeal, ladies and gentlemen. It's not good.
Old moldy bread.
Oh God, and it smells awful. It's putrid. Oh
Got
jeez.
flies flying around that sucker too. Ugh.
Oh jeez, Lord, it stink. It stinks. This match belongs in the clap of the Bull of the Woods, ladies and gentlemen, if you will. This match belongs in the clap in the Bull of the Woods, ladies and gentlemen. Amen. And you keep flushing it and it keeps coming back. Now, it's a piece of toilet paper stuck to the bottom of the toilet bowl, ladies and gentlemen. You can't flush it. What the hell? What the hell is this? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress.
And that is Dusty Rhodes going into a bathroom when someone forgot to flush, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, and he's clutching
Oh my
and he's clutching his prayer cloth, ladies and gentlemen. Lord, I got the
Oh,
clench.
yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway. Oh my God, help me. Oh my God, I can't. Anyway, oh my God,
Oh,
guys, help me out here. Oh, what's waiting?
Oh my God! Cody Rhodes forgot to flush the toilet.
Oh my God, Lord. Boom, boom in the Bull of the
Cody
Woods,
Rhodes,
ladies and
this is your fault. Cody Rhodes, this is your fault. You forgot to flush the toilet, and
Oh
your
my
father had to
God.
use the bathroom.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
it's your fault, Cody.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And he left Boom Boom in the Bull of the Woods. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway.
We're not
Anyway,
going to
ladies and
survive the rest
gentlemen.
of this damn night, dude.
Oh my God. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress.
Look in my eyes.
You can't finish. You're not finished, bro.
Look in my eyes.
Oh my God. Oh Lord, have Tyler, help me. Who's winning this match?
I can't. No one can help each other right now. We're all dying.
Anyway.
Oh, good
Oh
Lord.
no. Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh no.
this whole thing has just been derailed. Alright?
Oh.
Derailed.
Yep.
Welcome to the mothership.
Yo, the mothership crashed. I'm telling you that right now. We crashed to the random field somewhere.
We're taking a detour. It's fine.
Oh my God, we're taking a detour to the woods, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking a detour to the woods. Oh my God, Emily.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness gracious.
anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway.
I pray to God Shayna Baszler wins because I do not want to see a repeat of this.
Oh no, I don't want to see this match again. No. That's enough. That is enough. That's enough.
And honest to God, like I
That's-
know I think you and Tyler have talked about this before, but with the reports of Ronda Rousey leaving WWE or she's on her way out, I am hoping that
That's the
we
case.
don't have to wait very long after SummerSlam for her to make her
Right.
exit.
Right. Tyler, who's winning this match?
Shayna Baszler wins this match. She will she'll beat the living hell out of Ronda. And
The tar
right
out.
after that Monday, Ronda Rousey gets on the mic and says, "I quit." Leaves the company.
Yep. I can see that. Damian Hernandez says, I could see this ending at WrestleMania. No, I hope not, Damian.
Oh, please,
No,
God, no.
Damian, no. No,
Not that
Damian,
long,
no.
please.
No, Damian, no. No. Damian,
No,
I'll tell you this.
Bro. I'm sorry, Damian. It's not.
I'm sorry, Damian, but if they extend this to WrestleMania, you know what's gonna happen? Either even if you put it on night 1 or night 2, the audience is gonna file out. Damian. And I'll tell you this much, Damian. If you think for 1 minute that Philadelphia crowd is gonna take this match, oh no.
Oh, absolutely
Oh no. Let me tell you something. I'm going to give you a backstory about Philadelphia audience, ladies and gentlemen. If you all remember a pay-per-view called the Royal Rumble, when the night that Roman Reigns won over the wrong wrestler. Well, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. That Philadelphia crowd was so hostile. I had to get escorted out of the building in the back. That audience was wild. They were ready to rip the seats up off of that arena and they were ready to kill. I wanted no part of it. I'm going to slip right out the back door and head back to New York City where I belong. Uh, Yep,
It's
that's how that
crazy.
Philadelphia crowd is, ladies and gentlemen. They like what they like, and what they don't like, they will tell you in earnest.
Yeah. You know how Philly fans get with stuff like this, man.
Oh, yes. And they take their rest.
You know WWE. If you know WWE, if they're thinking about where they're going to be for WrestleMania this coming WrestleMania, they are not gonna book Ronda versus Shayna on that card at
No,
all.
no,
My
no,
God.
no, no,
You know what
no.
I hope happens? I hope after this whole Ronda Rousey thing is put to bed, that Shayna Baszler gets into a program with Rhea Ripley. Now
That's
Yep,
that's the
that
real WrestleMania 40
yeah,
match.
that should be
yes,
on
and
WrestleMania.
this
That
is
would be
and
wonderful.
this yes, and let me tell you something. This is how you're going to do it. You have Shayna Baszler win the Women's Royal Rumble. She
Yes.
is the number one contender. She
Yep.
picks Rhea Ripley right off the back. She
And
don't
imagine
make a
if Shayna wins in Philly.
oh
Imagine that.
oh my god, and she's hardcore, and the fans are hardcore. Oh my god, that place is gonna go apoplectic. They're gonna go bananas.
Oh, they will go crazy.
They
They
are
will
going to
go
rip
nuts.
the seats up. They will tear that place apart if she wins that
They would
match.
have to rebuild the whole entire link
Yeah,
because
yes,
of that.
yes. That place will go bananas. You wouldn't
Yeah.
even hear yourself think in that moment. Oh my gosh. So that is the way you do it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the way you do it. Have Shayna win the Women's Royal Rumble, and then she challenges Rhea Ripley. Right then and there. She comes out the next night on Raw and she says, I challenge you. And
Yeah.
that is your match at WrestleMania. And I think that that should close night number one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Cody will close night number two with Roman, and she and Rhea will close night number one.
Yep.
It that is great booking sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Yep, two new champions, two nights of WrestleMania. Yep. And I will agree with the entire booking. Yep.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're up to the last match. It is the Summer Slam Royal Rumble Battle Royale. Now, I don't know who's in the Battle Royale, ladies and gentlemen. I know that LA Knight is in it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I know LA Knight is in it.
Already got a winner
Um,
there, man.
So based upon that, ladies, I don't know who's in this match, ladies. Now, I we will find out on Saturday night. But based upon that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see LA Knight win this match. Now, here's the thing that I don't. Here's the thing that I don't get. Here's the thing that I don't get. Why is there not a stipulation in this Royal Rumble? Why is
Because
he
it's
not?
just your standard. It's just your standard sponsored battle royal that they have done, like in
But
WrestleMania
it's
of that battle royal.
yeah, I understand that, but the thing is, it makes no sense. It's stupid. I mean,
It is stupid. I agree.
it should be for the number one contendership to either the Intercontinental title or the U.S. title or something. It should not be just a plain battle royal. If I was booking this battle royal, I would say the winner of this match gets an automatic title shot at Fastlane for the Intercontinental title, and that should be L.A. Knight.
I 100% agree. If
And
anybody is owed a receipt, it is L.A. Knight.
Yes, and I would book him as the number one contender for the Intercontinental title, and he will go against Gunther at Fastlane. That is something that is something that should have happened in this match, but that's not what the WWE is thinking here. It's just a plain battle royal, which is stupid. It makes no sense. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, since LA Knight is in the match, you owe him a receipt. You're booking him incorrectly. This is the time that you give him the receipt and you make him win that battle royal.
Yep.
I don't want to see anything else. I don't know who else is in the match, but I don't want to see anything else.
To me, it doesn't matter who else is in the match, to be perfectly honest.
Right, no.
You know what I gotta say about both your opinions right now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Damian Hernandez says Cody does not need to be a champion. Why is that,
Yes, he
Damian?
does.
Why is that,
For
Damian?
damn sure he does, Damien.
No, I disagree with your assessment, Damien. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't see why everyone sees in this LA Knight dude. I don't see it. Don't even like his gimmick. I don't like his damn gimmick. Well, Damien, that's your opinion. You don't like LA Knight? That's fine. That's that.
Uh, we don't speak for the majority of us, so
No, I disagree with your assessment, Damien. I
I
like
just
LA Knight. I like LA Knight. I like it. I think he's entertaining. He's over as hell with the
oh
audience. And I don't see why the WWE keeps doing what they're doing to him. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I can't obtain it. But I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. If you really want your fan base to not turn on you, you're gonna give him the win at the Battle Royal.
yeah.
And keep his momentum going by keep pushing him in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And don't book him in weak whack matches.
Yep.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Exactly.
Don't do that because that's a disservice. I don't know what it is with the WWE, but every time they take these NXT people, they just seem to just systematically take their star power and pick them apart like daisies. They keep plucking at it and plucking at it and plucking at it until there's nothing left of them. And then once it's too late, they've already buried them. We can't get invested in them. That's not right. That's not fair to the audience, and that's not fair to your fan base. So you owe them a receipt. You owe us a receipt, and you give LA Knight the win in the Battle Royal. I don't want to see anything else. And I don't, like Sarah said, I don't give a crap who's in the match.
I agree with what she said too. I don't give a crap who's in the match.
I
You
don't
can
care.
you can have like the rest of the talent that's in this battle royal. They
Right.
could all be jobbers for all I care.
And let me tell you something. I don't care if you even get them from Section 102. I don't care.
I
I
don't
don't
even
give
care
a
if I'm in
crap.
the damn rumble. Throw me out, LA Knight.
Exactly. I don't care. I don't care. You can drop kick me right off the apron, and I don't care. I'll go
Throw
back
me.
to the curtain. I don't care.
Hell, you can throw me out in .5 seconds, LA Knight. I don't care. You're winning that damn thing.
Right, exactly.
So,
So, ladies and gentlemen, For the first time ever in wrestling experience history, we have gone over 3 hours and 45 minutes. That is a record for this show. That's a record. But we did it because we were so enthralled with Sarah and how she hit a grand slam tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It was so much fun.
And
This
also,
was
we
awesome.
spent like a good 15, 20 minutes laughing at the whole
Oh,
the
yes.
whole dusty bathroom situation.
Oh, yes, yes, if you will. The boom boom in the clapper, if you will. Yes, the boom boom. Yes, yes, the boom boom in the bull of the woods. Yes, anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
Making fun of Tony Khan's eyes.
Oh yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah,
You.
dude.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I did.
Yes, sir. Oh yes, sir. And you were a good guest, sir. Yes, you were, sir. Yes, you gotta come back, sir. You gotta come back. Yeah, and
I
help
would
me. And
love
help
that.
me. But yes, and you gotta help me book full gear. Yeah, you gotta help me full. You
Ooh,
gotta help me book full gear. Yeah.
let's do it.
Oh yes, ladies and
Beam
gentlemen.
me
Yeah.
up to the mothership.
Oh yes,
Imagine,
you got.
imagine just Tony Khan in the foot of your bed, just like,
Oh my
Good
god, it would be like
morning.
straight out of a
Good
horror
morning,
movie.
Tyler. How are you? Would you like some toast, Tyler? Would you like that? Would you like some orange juice? I'll get
I
you
would
anything
be
you want.
like, dude, I'd be like, dude, Tony,
Like,
Anyway,
try
ladies.
sleeping tonight, Tyler.
oh, great. Now he's in the foot of my bed at like 3 in the morning. Great.
Right?
No, Tony. I will not help you book Dynamite. Leave me alone. Let me sleep.
Anyway, ladies and
Oh my
gentlemen,
goodness gracious.
you sure you don't want to make some good money? Yeah, you can come on
You
Dynamite.
know
It's
what?
really
You
good.
know what? You do. Honestly, you do pay like a good amount of money. It made me rich. So you know what? Let me get out of bed. I'm going to Florida. Help you
All
book this
right,
shit.
Just
I'm going
for
to
you.
jack
all
off.
Just
right.
re-sign the elite, Tyler. You know you want to sign
Yeah,
too.
exactly. You want to be
I'll
all
sign.
elite on
Yo,
Twitter?
yo,
You want me to shout you out on Twitter?
yo,
Want to be all
Tony,
elite? Yeah.
Tony. Where's the contract, bro?
I'm coming. It's in the trunk of the car. It's in the trunk of the car. Come on, coming, John.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right. First red flag. You got a contract in the trunk of a car.
Yeah.
Don't be telling me
Right
you're gonna
next to
grab
some
me and
duct
put me in the
tape and a
trunk. I'm
blunt
not doing it.
object. Whack.
Bolt with a freaking
Blackjack.
left pipe and putting me in the trunk.
Blackjack upside the head, if you will. Let me say that anyway. Oh my god.
Yeah, he like full on kidnaps me and signs me to
Oh
AEW. Like, what?
Oh my goodness.
my god. Blackjack in the pillow, if you will. And I'll take it to the bull in the woods.
Oh, good
Oh
lord.
gosh, geez. Good night, nurse. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna
Oh,
do it for the longest wrestling experience in history. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Tyler. I want to thank Sarah. And Sarah, again, I want to thank you so very much for debuting here tonight on the wrestling experience. I had a lot of fun with you. It
I
has
had
been
so
a great.
much fun with you guys. This is just absolutely awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, Sarah, I will pick another day for you to return, and you're going to
Absolutely.
return here, and you're going to bring it like nobody's business. Maybe next time I bring you on, I'll bring Mitch Kofsky on, and you and Mitch will go out, and you'll have fun with Mitch. Mitch is a lot of fun, and I'll tell you this
Great to
much,
watch
ladies.
with you and Tyler. I think Mitch is awesome and Mitch is hilarious.
Yeah, I'll tell you
He
this
is
much,
so
ladies.
funny.
Well, you're going to be in for a treat, Sarah, because you need to watch Saturday night, ladies. Watch Saturday night and Saturday afternoon when we do Elite Talk and Summer Slam, Sarah. You'll be royally entertained by all of us, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I know I will.
And again,
As
like
will everybody out in YouTube.
yeah, exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to put a bow on this show But again, like I said before, I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fun evening of wrestling. I had a lot of fun with Sarah and Tyler. They brought their analytics and they brought their game and they brought everything here tonight. And I had fun with each and every one of them. So now, ladies and gentlemen, before I go, I want to remind you again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be back in cyberspace. I'm going to be back in cyberspace on Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. for Elite Talk. And then we're going to go down the dial because then I'll be back again in cyberspace at 7:50 for Summer Slam. So that is all happening on Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. But again, I want to thank Sarah. I want to thank Tyler. And I want to thank you all for watching tonight's Wrestling Experience special. It has been a lot of fun. So I hope everyone has a good night. I hope everyone has a good Friday. And I hope everyone has a safe weekend. And please, 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 if you don't feel good, or if you are gentlemen, then you need to watch the Wrestling Experience. It will turn your frown upside down. I'm Earl Cole, ladies and gentlemen, and good night, America.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, the Wrestling Experience, with your host Earl Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW. You are now watching The Experience, the Wrestling Experience. Now with your host Earl Cole.